Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are making landfall on Kiava Gamma today. We are actually finally back to the main quest line after diverging off onto many a DLCs and exploring most but not all of their content. There is still stuff that we have to do, but we can't really do it, I think, until we get a little bit further on in the story. Since we have left, I have done... I went through, I gave everybody some level ups because everybody had a level up where they all got a new ability. So we have a couple of those. I also then went and built Heinrich so that we could take him down to the planet and he would be good. We've built him as a pyromancer executioner. I actually am using a build that's not my own for Heinrich because I don't really plan on keeping Heinrich around. If I can get rid of him, I probably will. But this is a build that Revan on YouTube has done, who is just like the absolute genius in terms of like testing things for Owlcat and making the most like broken builds possible. So this is a weird like bleed toxic burning damage Heinrich with heavy armor that is absolutely wild, absolutely nuts. While I was rebuilding him, I also went through and leveled up everybody else. Cassia is just kind of like whatever. Arge is still on her heavy armor build. And I found this sick armor that I didn't realize for Jay, which scales off of lore Imperium. It has this base armor property that scales lore Imperium divided by 10. I have her lore Imperium at 190 right now. So she actually has more armor than any single person on my team. I don't know if we're still gonna use her for anything, but I'm kind of tempted now that I've realized how absolutely insanely tanky she is. We've also given her the promise of freedom and the promise of retribution, just because I thought, you know what, why not? It feels like the right choice. Somebody's got to use those guns. So we've done all those rebuilds. We can actually continue on with the quest line. Busted, right? Yeah, it was crazy. I wasn't sure like how I was going to build her, and then I found that armor and I was like, oh, I can make her a vanguard as well. So she is super tanky. Also, the longer she's in combat, I think she scales up and gets more and more armor as the fights go on. So she might actually become unkillable. I'm not sure. We're going to see the crazy pyro executioner build. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to test it out. I'm also kind of excited not to use it for the whole campaign, just to use it for Kiava Gamma, because it sounds kind of super broken. So let's drop on down to the old Kiava Gamma. We do have to take Heinrichs with us. We'll take him instead of Solomorn, I think. Pascal, definitely we have to take. We're going to like a Forge World with Admech. Adira, we cannot not take. I could replace Abelard with Solomorn, but I think one cop on our team is enough. We gotta be limited in the amount of space cops we take with us, because it feels like you could take a lot of space cops. Kind of feels like everybody is a space cop in this game in a weird way. Like Pascal's a bit of a space cop. He's just concerned about the cop cars. And Abelard is, you know, like a Navy officer, so. Heinrich frowns as his eyes sweep over the Manufactorum's dark halls. No solemn ceremony, no personal meeting with the Magi. I fear we're too late and won't be dealing with clandestine heretics after all. Binaric areas of alarm stream out of Pascal's Vox synthesizer. In their neurotic broken rhythm, you sense a call of arms and a warning of danger. Remind me what your mission is here? I would conduct an investigation and track down traces of the cult at the final dawn. I can discard that plan now. Both the incident with the scrap code and the manner in which we were forced to land indicate the situation has taken a turn for the worst. I must use this opportunity to try and determine what the cult was doing on an industrial world, and specifically what interested them on a planet full of sacred machines and servants of the Omnisaya. We must find someone who can tell us what's been going on, if there's anyone here left to speak to. To start, let's look around and find out why the arrival of the rogue trader did not elicit the usual fuss. I would not count on a warm welcome. Keep your weapons at the ready. Ready, Freddy. We can't go without Abelard. It would be heresy. I know. I couldn't. I thought about it, but I was like, I can't do it, man. What if I need to be introduced to somebody? Who's going to introduce me? That's a lot of corrupted servitors. Buttons. Before you, an ancient but wholly typical console intended for use by people not trained in the mysteries of ministering to machine spirits. The mysteries of ministering to machine spirits. Wow, that's quite a tongue twister. The cogitator is completely silent, but as you approach, you sense the warmth emanating from the metallic casing. You discover the local data crypt with contents collected by either previous operators or the spirit itself. Using your access, you study the archives. The vast data contains millions of strings related to receiving raw materials for processing, shipping, schedules for sacred rituals. The manufacturer once operated like a gargantuan, well-oiled mechanism. The last record is from 2 months ago. Aha, there's more on this one. The first log. Praise be to the Omnissiah, whose might and power transforms dead metal to make manifest the holy visions of the machine god. New protocols received from the Synod to the Great Fabricator Censor have been executed. High-ranking tech priest. Despite those who shudder at the thought of changing the standard procedure. Embolden your hearts, for those inner weakness breeds error in personal calculations. The Fabricator Censor is the conductor of the higher and wisest among us. Today at the Supreme Assembly, the Fabricator Censor unsealed the vaults of the sacred designs and committed those deemed redundant or heretical to purifying disposal. Today, dozens of standard procedures were lost to be replaced by new ones, which the Fabricator Censor will deliver to all those who demonstrate the greatest devotion to serving the truth. But the databanks contain no notion of truth. Could there ever have been? May an all-knowing one, the gracious keeper, forgive me, an error in the Fabricator Censor's calculations? He meant to say serving the quest for knowledge. Logic check. Your knowledge of machine spirits is sufficient to trick the system and subdue it to your will. A false query, a crafty manipulation of the controls, and you get what you want. The instrumental terminals have already been replaced and the material delivery systems are being prepared for divine transformation. The execution of the new procedure has been delayed, for there are some in our ranks who doubt the words of the Fabricator Censor and his votaries. There are some who are not susceptible to the enhancement protocols that carry our tech comrades to enlightenment. May the deliverers of fate be merciful to them. Inaction is death, and I must be returning to our great work. Praise be to the truth that will reveal the path to knowledge shrouded in darkness. Dum dum dum. Someone's missing their emotes. I know. I gotta get that laughing emote back. It's definitely the one we're missing the most. You'll have to find something else to fill the void.
Crying out for salvation in hope, with wild promises. Their pain is your reward, interrogator.
I will pretend I did not hear your last words, witch.
These two, they're gonna be a fun group together.
I tread a path.
Can't wait for all the heresy we're gonna do on this planet. It's gonna be a lot of it, let me tell you. This tome contains revelations of the Omnissiah recorded in special binaric dialect. Only a member of the cult Mechanicus with the key to this cipher may partake in the wisdom of the machine god. Tech priests. Athletics. Can I touch that? No. The lumps protruding under the tech priest's bedraggled red robes hint at the mechanisms implanted in his body. You see a haggard and sickly face under the archaic respirator. I, a click, a clank, a barely audible a hiss, and only then the tech priest's vox finishes the words, identification. Request denied. Pascal turns to you, his visor gleaming crimson, registering anomalous behavior within the servant's organics and an invalid noosphere response. This unit is compromised. 100% awareness. You carefully study the robe-clad figure. A black border of necroses spreads out from the tech priest's implants. For some reason, his body is rejecting the true flesh. A moment later, you recognize the dominant smell and the bouquet of scents permeating the air around the tech priest. The stench of rotten meat. This guy smells worse than a grox fermented in spent promethium, and I bet he tastes even worse. Consumption of the flesh of members of the Adeptus Mechanicus is not recommended, irrespective of their smell or compromised state. I guess let's just kill him. The tech priest draws his weapon and his robes open. Your senses are hit by a fetid wave of rot.
Beware the eye of the witch.
I mean, it seems like we're going in swinging here, so. Why did the emotes change, like the new ones? Missed some of the old ones, like the finger pointing ones. Yeah. There's some I still got to do for like the animated emotes. But I was just, we were in need of some new emotes. I wanted to make everything the same style. And so I basically, there was no way for me to do that without like just scrapping through everything. Boop, 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 boop. There's a lot of servitors over there. It seems okay to me.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Blade dance? I probably should be raining blood before I cast Blade Dance.
As the tenants demand.
Parried my Death Whisper. So rude.
As honor ordains.
Parried that as well. So rude. We picked up a Dance Macabre on her, so she can also dash as well now. Just because I figured it would probably be useful for her to have like some degree of movement where she's mostly like stuck out of range of people a lot of the time. Ow! Self-destruct. Oh, Legion. Oh my god, my bird died. My bird! Well, you certainly aren't in cover anymore.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
But all your abilities are going to be really useful on this map, I think.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I picked up Manipulator Push on him, so when he gets into melee combat, he can just start chucking people around.
Request. Combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Banish them machine spirits. Take some armor pen. I really don't want anybody to get injuries in the first fight we have here. Oh, Adira got killed. Oh. What did that guy hit us with that did that much damage? Was it just a plasma?
Accept his gift.
Plasma pistol, plasma overcharge. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. This guy self-destructed and did like 44 damage to Adira is what happened. Yikes. Legion is broken, so we're going to have to reactivate him.
I need no guidance. Ruin beckons.
Get a free attack there and there.
An exemplary strike.
Do I go for the free movement on Bring It Down? God, I feel like I need to trigger Medicaid protocol. Pascal is also dead. Wow, we got absolutely lit up in this first fight. I don't love that for us. I don't love that at all.
I will triumph.
I won't die here.
Dudes. Here I was thinking maybe I would get like the drop on them attacking first.
inconsequential.
Oh, they all blow up when I hit them. Heinrichs is dead. Wow, this is going exceptionally well, I would say.
At your beck and call.
Boy, oh boy.
At your beck and call.
Okie dokie. Let's go around you.
Silence.
Trigger raining blood. And then blade dance.
The shadows will see it done.
Then I'll dance macabre.
As the tenants demand.
Jump on this guy. Probably should have actually jumped on his weak point. Except I can't stand there because there's a corpse. %, damage. Let's aim for the opening. Do killing edge. $37.42, $53.56. Okay. Jump here. Out of range of that one, at least. Another dance macabre. Your weak point looks like it's there. Death Whisper.
Let your soul be purged.
And I think I'm just going to stay within range so he can't use this pistol. Or at least so I get a free hit. Nice. Sick. That's what I was really hoping for.
Follow my lead.
I like how I was like, this is the first fight of the planet. I got to make sure that all my characters don't get killed instantly by everybody here.
Victory is imminent. Gray hair, sure hair.
Heinrichs didn't even get to move. I spent all this time building him up. What do I get out of it? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
It will be done.
Well,
I am your blade and shield.
aim for the opening.
As the tenants demand.
Killing edge.
Trust me. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Good grief. I have a crippled arm. That's not an issue. Abelard has a fresh injury. We can get rid of that. You have crippled arm. That's not an issue. You have broken ribs. That's actually not an issue. And you have broken ribs. That's a bit of an issue, but not terrible. Action points reduced by 1 is not great.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on tactics.
Listen to me, Rust Bucket. There. Much better, right?
Careful now.
All right, that's cured. Gee, Jiminy Jillikers. Hell of a fight. DPS died too, right? Thought you were 20 levels too high for this mission? I thought I was
you know
too.
what you're doing, Rust Bucket.
Stop calling me Rust Bucket. I'm gonna saw Ack and a crack grenade.
Seize the opportunity.
Toby patterned plasma pistol. Yikes, 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 dude. That AoE was really nasty. It's also problematic because I like keep all my guys together for the early buffs. Oh yeah, there's corruption all over this place. Oh, that was easy.
Fortune smiles on us.
What else we got going on up here?
Just as he ordained.
Secrets?
Intriguing.
Perhaps? goodie bags. Blood wicks with machine oil is barely visible on the floor. Good place to hide or set up another ambush. Oh no. Bleep bloops. Where are you going, Legion? Oh. No way. My servo skulls just get to go ahead and turn off the pipes? That's sick.
The world will bow.
Someone was dragged, no, walked in our direction very recently, but we didn't see anybody. Dark patches can be seen on the floor. They are smudged as if someone walked through them on their way to the footbridge.
The Vizier. Would he be
That's
proud?
so cool that your servo skull
I?
swarm can just do that for you. Oh, Lex mechanic. Let me loot all these goods first.
The machine gun grants me insight.
10 ballistic skill and 25 critical damage. Goodness gracious. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to take those plasma gloves off you, though. That's probably still better for you. This would be really good on Argenta. It would also be really good on Roulette or even potentially Jay.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Very cool integration of the DLC. Yeah, they've done a really good job integrating the DLC stuff in with like what already exists. Even Solomorn, like all of Solomorn's dialogue for other quests has been like really, really solid. Like he had stuff to say in most of Void Shadows, so. A small, heavily augmented man in filthy, tattered robe stands before you. As you approach, he hesitantly looks up at you, his eyes filled with horror. A portable inscriber with a keyboard hangs from straps at his front, and you can see his detached cerebral cogitator peeking out from under his hood. What's this? Another one of the cultists' minions? No, I'm not a cultist. They tried to corrupt my mind with their heresy, but I ran. I am Manufactorum Lex Mechanic Zeta 86. I performed the rituals for the machine spirits of the foundry up until we started going mad. Priests devoted to the Omnissiah suddenly started praising the dawn of something or another. They stopped the belts and they desecrated the visages of the sacred machines with unholy symbols. What do you mean the dawn of something or another? You're an admech. You should have like perfect memory. Some of them resisted. The others grabbed them, tied them up, and then they turned their implants to heresy. I saw the bad med, my former tech comrades, deliberately connect those poor souls to corrupted cogitators. I watched them infected with scrap code and did nothing to stop them. I am recording a violation of the commandment of thine own forge, be a true sentinel. Apostate Zeta 86, your accesses are hereby revoked. Proceed with your report. The icy rumble coming from Pascal's Vox causes the Lex mechanic to lower his head in fear and contrition. How did you avoid the same fate? I didn't avoid it. They performed the same procedure on me. I felt the touch of unholy code and allowed it to control me. I abandoned my sacred post and followed one of the traitors, serving his will, gathering all the data of the blasphemous experiments. I was driven by an unholy impulse coming from the depths of my ox cogitator where the code had lodged itself. The whispers are dancing around you, latching onto you, but not for long. Maybe it will happen yet, maybe it won't at all. Before I found a way to throw off the compulsion, I witnessed horrifying heresy, the extraction of true flesh and its decomposition on altars, perverse procedures that resulted in heretechnical abominations. Heretek. I even accompanied a felon Magos to the fabricator central himself and attended the unholy mass he led personally. It was a wicked ritual full of willful deviations and blatant inaccuracies, all to create an ungodly monster in the name of the final dawn. You don't act like the other priests who were infected. Praise the Omnissiah, I managed to disconnect my external cogitator, which I used for primary data processing. The machine is corrupted, the scrap code locked inside of it like a beast in a cage. Anyone who tries to look inside will fall victim to the heretical program. My primitive brain has been marked by corruption. I still see their silhouettes and hear their interference. I sense the malfunctions in my augmetics, but I was saved from the great sacrifice. Oh, blessed are the workings of the Omnissiah and his benediction that shelters the weak from evil. Heinrich tenses ever so slightly at the Lex mechanic's words. You can see his hand casually stray to the handle of his weapon, but the interrogator is in no hurry to act. You mentioned a monster. Is it some kind of weapon? The constructs that are melted down in furnaces and sent to the depths of the manufactorum, some kind of semblance of a cogitator, a nightmarish parody of a sacred machine powered not by the Omnissiah's grace, but unholy spirits and life force of the unfortunates imprisoned on the lower levels. He is AdMech, but he's only a Lex mechanic, low rank, which within AdMech, low access to the best implants and knowledge. Yeah, true. I don't know, except for the fabricator sensor saw the machine as special. It was special to him, to the crazies that defiled the Omnissiah's abode with their obscene blasphemy. For the final ritual, he called upon one of the Astartes heretics who arrived at the manufactorum after the start of the uprising. He did something terrible, and only that they were able to switch on the machine after. It's a true abomination, even standing near it's unbearable. I believe that those who have been deprived by the Omnissiah's grace still feel its influence on them, its monstrous power utilized for unholy computations and chaotic calculations. Whatever the cogitator might spew out at the end of the cycle, no righteous soul should accept its heinous offering. It's gonna be me, I'm gonna accept it. Why is she allowed around? What is Adira? She's an illegal psyker? Yeah, she's an unsanctioned psyker. She is allowed basically because a rogue trader allowed it. Like Theodora basically said, you're an unsanctioned psyker, but I'm a rogue trader, which means I'm the boss of this part of space. So I'm going to let you stay around because you are also a telepath who can see when bad things are about to happen. Which, in all fairness, super useful for a rogue trader to have. How did your crazed comrades behave? Like the grace of the Omnissiah had left them entirely, replacing free thought and progress with blackest corruption. Witness them desecrating structures, blessed by the fabricator censor. The blessings that the rotten trader count for now, like men possessed, set upon sacred instruments and assembled shells and nodes that didn't match any diagram or blueprint I'd ever seen. Someone is imprisoned? The lay servants on the main units, they live in isolated segments under the sacred machine halls. I heard they were locked in there after the takeover, then my crazed brethren changed the system for disposing of slag waste and covered the machines in cursed symbols. After they started the cogitator, they dragged the survivors out of the segments under the machine halls, or whatever they had turned into. You demonstrate exceptional powers of observation and recall for someone who just happened to survive. I'm a Lex mechanic. Gathering data is the purpose of my existence. That's what they used me for. They used me against my will. The scrap code turns everyone into their slave. Before I rid myself of the cogitator, I was forced to serve alongside those who perpetrated these atrocities and witnessed their obscenities. What do you make of this, Heinrichs? Servant of the Omnissiah, I must know more about the final dawn, the fabricator sensor, his mass, and about this machine as well. I could give you the coordinates, but even though I was present for many blasphemies committed by those heretics, all the details that were captured and processed by my true flesh are in the augmented that was corrupted by scrap code. I'm convinced that if I hadn't fought off the foreign compulsion in time, I would have been doomed. The corruption would have spread to my biological cogitator as well. I swear that no devout tech priest should ever come in contact with what's hidden in that once sacred device. His expression shifts as he stares intently at the disconnected implant and the still intact connectors protruding from under the Lex Mechanic's collar. The corner of his mouth twitches involuntarily. Abelard notices the look on Heinrich's face, and once he does, he sighs heavily and looks away. Can the cogitator be disconnected and reconnected to another machine? Even if the very idea of exposing a holy machine to the scrap code wasn't profane in itself, my augmentics are not universally compatible. They cannot be connected to another machine spirit. They were created to interact with the system of the true flesh, to innervate my compulsor unit and output data via the inscriber. Once I am safe, I swear I will immediately perform a cleansing rite and destroy. In other words, there's only one way to extract the data stored in the cogitator. No, Heinrichs, no, don't do it. No. Yeah, what are you talking about? If we connect it to his augmetic systems, the Lex Mechanic will serve as a conduit for transmitting the data. We will learn the details, even if they are incomplete, of the things he saw and heard but cannot recall. The Lex Mechanic, who has been listening to your discussion in puzzlement, finally understands what's about to happen, and he begins to back away in fear. No, anything but that. I'll die. No, it'll be worse than that. I'll succumb to the corruption. I'm begging you, please. I'd rather be burned as a heretic than have the scrap code in my biological cogitator. At these words, Heinrich pauses for a fraction of a second, almost as if he is reconsidering. In failing to offer any resistance against the enemies of the Omnissiah, Unit Zeta 86 lost the grace of his machine rank and was recategorized as a resource of the Manufactorum. The defilement and torment of said resource, if committed to advance the struggle against heresy, will not be deemed an apostasy or malfection against the living soul. Upon expiry of the unit's utility, disposal is recommended. Ooh. No heretic option. I guess I would want to just like cover up other heretics' crimes. As weird as it might be. I definitely don't want the Inquisition to learn anything they can. The Emperor of Tira is inconsistent with enforcing the Emperor's rules. True, true. Employee of a rogue trader basically has little to no oversight as far as the Imperium is concerned. Rogue traders are the law. Exactly. That's like what happened. Like Theodora found Adira and was like, nobody kill her. She's my psyker now. It's not the first time this has happened. Wild that there's no heretic option. Yeah. I guess it's hard to do heresy in front of Heinrich. I'm going to try to hide it. We need to know where the cogitator is. Even if the heretics' conversations are unimportant, I must know why the machine was so valuable to them. I'll tell you, a different augmetic is responsible for my muscle memory. It is data storage too. I remember where I walked and what I pressed with my fingers. Here are the coordinates of the code. It's possibly the code to the bay. Heinrich's eyes bore into the smaller man's. At last, having reached some conclusion, he turns to you. He is a subject of your world, biggest Turg. It's for you to decide his fate. The weak deserve only death. Taken to my ship after the cleansing rite, a place will be found for him there. Or is tainted by corruption. I cannot allow him on my ship. No, he could be corrupted, so I probably do want him on my ship. Who knows? The cleansing rite might not work. Excessive kindness, biggest Turg, gets good people into trouble. Let's hope that the corruption only affected the disconnected augmetic and not his soul. Listen, Heinrich, I'm just trying to like get in your way as often as possible. Wasn't there like a jump? There's an athletics check over here. We go down this pipe.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Alright. Straightforward. Hard to say what's the most heretical without the plus to heresy. It's true.
How fascinating.
Goods. The 16 universal laws, the warnings. This tome contains warnings of the Omnisaya, unshakable tenets. Only a tech priest could read it. Okay, we got a big old thingamajig over here, and we got more stuff that away. Oh. Not allowed on the big old thingamajig. Ooh. Hell yeah. Oh, man. I want Pascal to look like that. God damn, could you imagine? This guy looks awesome. A massive Magos clad in ritual garb lets out a binaric trill and turns to you. From beneath the deep hood of his mantle, two dimly lit eye implants gaze out at you. You hear another binaric tirade, this time clearly addressed at you. What's the matter, little tin comrade? Implants on the blink? Forgotten how to speak properly? You dare address me in the vile tongue of savages. Me, the steward of Kiava Gamma, lord of the machine world. Kneel, pathetic spawn, if you seek swift disposal. You propose that I, rogue trader of the Von Valancius line, kneel before you. I'm giving you 5 minutes not to beg for forgiveness, to speak your last words, and to offer your final confession. You are one of the troglodytes who once had the gall to oppress my comrades and resist my will. A message from the barbarian who drank the sacred unguents bestowed upon her through others' toils. Very well then, your appearance is the perfect opportunity to teach your ilk a lesson. My name is Cubus Delphim. I once held the title of Fabricator Censor of the Kiava Gamma Manufactorum, but I rejected it, along with the other fetters that hindered progress. Once my faith was flawed and led naive fools from the cult Mechanicus into the darkness of ignorance. Now I am this world's master and serve the true gods. You tread upon their territory. You do not number among their legion servants. Therefore, you must be subject to immediate disposal. As the senior functioning member of the Priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Explorator Pascal Hauman, declare this temple to the machine god compromised and forthwith forbid all services within it. I dethrone the Fabricator Censor, the ignorant heretic who has betrayed the Omnisaya, and condemn as anathema any and all standard procedures implemented by him. Let the cycle of this blasphemous operation he has been put in motion be discontinued. Pascal switches to binaric and you hear dissonance merging in the depths of the Forge Cathedral. Some of the giant mechanisms heed his order and go still, while others, obeying the fabricator sensor's will, continue their work. Crashes, explosions, and the clanging of crumpling metal signify that some dissent among the machines has interrupted the production cycle. Howman, liar, you are not him. Dementa's Howman obeys me. His mind is open to the voices of the void, and the scrap code he created protects my world. I'll not have you, rusted refuse from the misfit caste of explorers, call me ignorant. Your statement is false. Your regalia has been revoked and yours have been deemed defective and will be eliminated. Initiating Heretek search. Designated Dimension Howman. I wish to execute the retribution procedure. You've traded one master for another. I would have expected a fabricator sensor to be smarter than that. His vox lets out a piercing, barely audible sound that makes your insides shudder. I will rip out your spinal column and braid it around my staff, you arrogant creature. I really like this guy. He's great. He's fantastic. New waifu just dropped. This is my world. It will serve only me. Even a cursory analysis of the data shows that the probability of this outcome is negligible. You, like your predecessor, are but an artifact of certain calculations, one that requires minimal resources to revise. You may be driven by your will to fight, but know this. Kiava Gamma has already been converted. Its lines have been restructured, and its servants have already tasted the fruits of progress. In the crucibles of this manufactorum, torrid liquid metals will be used to forge vessels for sacred spirits. The adepts are tirelessly delving deeper into new mysteries that were once barred by false tenets. You, servants of fake gods, are too late. The entire might of this world will soon rise up against the Anthema and his slaves. Check the chronometer. Your 5 minutes have passed. Oh, I also like this one. You know why I like deranged tin cans like you? When you're killed, you leave behind plenty of useful spare parts. I think I'll make a portable recaf machine out of you. No, this one's a good throwback. Comrades, purge the manufactorum of any random variables. I must prepare for the culmination of the great work. Let their blood mix with oil. God, this guy's so cool. These are like one of the first models I saw in Warhammer, and I was such an AdMech fanboy when I first saw them, and then I realized that they were not AdMech, but they were hereteks. And it's one of the things that definitely converted me over to Chaos. What a flirt. What a flirt. Oh, hello, Corruptus Cataris. Let me just sneak up here into the high ground. Don't mind me. Maybe I'll just open this door as well.
Over there.
What do we got going on in this room? Bombs. Computers. As you approach the cogitator, you notice a number of deep scratches left by huge claws. Despite the apparent damage, the machine seems to be in working condition. The log contains nothing of interest. A maintenance schedule for the sacred machines that moves the bridge, an activation log, and a few notes. All right. Activate the emergency lowering protocol. You touch the levers and reels and disturb the slumber of the spirits. The machine dawdles as if still drowsy, but nevertheless performs its assigned function. I think I just gave them reinforcements. What's this button do? Nothing? What's this button do?
Just what I was told.
And this button?
Experience? Nothing matters more.
I guess I'm getting a good flank on them. Oh no, that was the door. Warp lore. I want all these goods first. Ooh, Melta Ultima. This Melta weapon modified by the Adeptus Mechanicus has increased firepower and range. A Staff of Blood for Heinrich. I think that's a better version of your current staff. It absolutely is. Plus 15 willpower when you have that equipped. And plus 10 toughness. So I'll probably keep that out most of the time. $20 to $26 on that Melta, but very short range. You can also use that Melta. What if we gave Abelard a Melta instead of a sniper rifle? That feels more correct for him. And I like that vibe. I also gave him Melta proficiency, and I haven't been able to use it on anything yet. Because he hasn't had the strength for the multi-Melta, which actually he does right now. But I think the multi-Melta does less damage than this. Do heretics actually manage to achieve technical progress and supremacy over regular AdMech? Well, they can... Yeah, kind of. There's an argument to be made there. There is a very specific guy called Vashnar the Arcaphane, who is arguably becoming a new chaos god. And he is a, like, chaos heretek who makes all the heretical machines for the Empire. For the Empire, for the chaos, the traitor legions and stuff. And so he's made a bunch of new stuff that didn't exist. Like, the Empire can't make anything that's not made out of an STC, like lost tech that they've regained. But, like, creating new stuff is actually against the law.
Intriguing.
Wonder what would change if we didn't bring Pascal. Yeah. Favorite heretek art is the one with their tits out, covered in mechanical tentacles coming out of their bag from Dark Mechanicum. Is Pascal a melee character? No, we have him built as a plasma sniper. Something is howling within the metal houses. It's the machine spirits of this cogitator are lamenting some irreparable loss. Your knowledge of machine spirits is sufficient to trick the systems and subdue it to your will. A false query, a crafty manipulation, you get what you want. The device's machine spirits can do nothing to thwart you. Awaken. Blah, 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 blah. It does its job. I don't know what its job is. Oh, sick. Its job is to squish half the army.
Embrace true power.
All right, let's party.
Your struggles are in vain.
Now, these guys are not explosive dudes. So hopefully less boom boom this time. Maybe you go there, you go there, you go there. Pascal, why don't we put you there? I'm gonna put Legion there, and Vesper can go there. Sure.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Ooh, these guys have like grenades mines in front of them.
As honor
Light dance.
Let your soul come. The other side.
Oh, okay.
I shall not fail. As
Swing.
honor ordained, brings me no pleasure. Trust
Hop.
me.
Death Strike. She's gonna hit that guy 2 more times, so I think let's just go Acrobatic Artistry.
I shall not fail.
Hop. Oh, that one's too far away. My bad. Well, she did good work.
On it.
So many buffs about to happen. Mind Bond. All targets now make perception, intelligence, willpower, and fellowship stats with either theirs or the psykers. So we all have crazy high willpower.
But of course.
We also now have plus 14 to all those stats. 20%, 6% dodge and parry. Oh man, the group buffs with this is wild.
Quiet whispers.
I'm gonna move the bird down there.
I'm gonna control it myself.
I'm gonna cast Evil Eye.
What was the command again? Oh, right.
Discharge.
Will do.
Blindness. Wow, we really got the ambush on these dudes. This feels much better than the last fight. I got a big shield, sucker. Oh, that guy's got a plasma rifle. No, he's got an arc rifle. Heinrich, we finally get to use you. I don't really know quite how you're working. Everybody gets 2 resolve, 22 strength and toughness. You can light people on fire. You can keep yourself or somebody on fire. If the target of the executor's attack successful attack is under any dots, this target suffers 3 instances of that dot and makes each of these effects. This damage is dealt after all other effects. Firestorm has to be on a burning target. And then until the end of combat, all burning effects will deal 20% more damage. Every burning creature in combat immediately suffers damage. Replace 24 of your wounds with the same number of temporary wounds until the end of combat. When you have temporary wounds, all your melee attacks and dots deal 24% more damage. Okay, I mean, I guess let's open with that. That clearly did more than 24%. But okay.
Let's see to it.
I'm gonna light you on fire. I'm gonna cast Iron Arm. And then I feel like I want to charge you and hit you with the rock saw. Charge will take all of my AP though, unless I have some sort of special item on him. Whenever charge hits an opening. Oh. Oh, this doesn't work for you. You're not an assassin.
Not sanctioned to do this.
Oh, you can't use Inflame as well. I see. You can't use Ignite and the Saw, so I thought you could.
But of course, Lord Captain.
I think we'll just move you up if that's the case.
For the throne's glory.
And then we'll keep the staff out for the staff boost. Okay, okay. You also probably have a logic arc rifle. Yeah. Pascal got one shot. Yeah, literally got hit for exactly all of his HP. Oh, he got hit twice. No, he got hit 3 times. No, he got hit 4 times. Well, that does not seem correct. But okay. I tell you what, I'm gonna send Abelard down. Oh, no, maybe not. I'm gonna send Abelard after this guy.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Explosive barrel, yeah. Pascal also weak to shock. Oh, I guess that would make some sense.
At your beck and call.
Given his whole being a robot thing.
It will be done. I will do my duty.
Well, he's basically stuck there now, so...
Purpose guides me. I need no guidance. One step.
Trigger the Medicaid signal in the hopes that we can heal Heinrich.
The ruin beckons.
Break their ranks should have Cabela attack him.
Let your soul be heard.
It's pretty good. I'm going to give Heinrich a turn. Dang, I was hoping that was going to magically heal him somehow. But I can use this siphon ability. 20, 40, 40, 65. I guess let's go for you.
The other side awaits.
It is getting veily in here right now. Oh, I say, and then it's Adira's turn, of course.
Was that you?
Oh, that's a rough perils of the warp. Wow, all that heal really just went the other way. Okay. Guess we just hope for the best.
Footprints of scarlet.
This guy has 18 stacks of inflame on him. However that works. Let us aim for the opening. Rain blood. Hit him with a killing edge for big damage. Hit him with a blade dance for as much more damage as we can.
Caught by the web. My blade whispers your name.
That's pretty solid. He's got 2 openings on him right now.
Trust me. Killing brings me no.
We'll do 106 on that one. You've got an opening
The
here.
shadows will
Dance
see
Macabre.
it done. Caught by the web.
Death Whisper on him. And then I guess Acrobatic Artistry. Such a weird ability. Dira, I'm a little bit hesitant to use any more abilities on you. I guess I could use this bird ability though.
And I'm gonna control it myself.
Evil Eye does not cause warp corruption. Nice, and it also hit him too. Heinrich gets a tasty little heal here. Can you charge this guy? You
Put my
can.
psychic abilities to use. Your reckoning.
Hits him with the rocks. Everything else just probably gets you in trouble. So we won't do anything else. How's that Melta working out for you, buddy?
I'd rather not.
go there.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Target well struck. At your
Why not?
call. Victory is imminent.
Start creeping her way up.
Indeed.
Let's give you voice of command and then bring it down.
Triumph.
And you can charge again.
Someone else can do this.
Can't charge directly into him, but close.
Gray hair, sure hand.
We can now also then give you a reckless strike for another hit.
Target well struck.
She almost got it. Cabela can go here and then... Oh, I pushed Expeditious Retreat, didn't I? Oh, man. Whoops. They're both like the same color and they kind of look the same, so... That was a whoopsie. All right, we'll just kill it with a bird. Evil bird eye. Still not dead.
I need a foothold.
What happens if I charge there? Do I get to go in that
I
spot?
won't object to it.
No. I just get to rock saw that bird. Yeah, all of these are pretty potentially dangerous. But that guy is about to go. That being said, he's going to trigger both fire damage and a bunch of other stuff. So, you know what? I think we're fine. Yeah, I was like, he can't move without triggering an attack, so.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Heinrich, you have
Approval.
2 fresh injuries. Let's get you some medikits.
Your assistance is much appreciated. You have my thanks. I'm watching your back.
And again. No? Okay. Yes, okay. He used both of them. Good. Okay.
The world
That went
trembles
all right.
beneath my feet.
Could be better, could be worse. Bailey, Bo Bailey. Acrobatic retreat should be in its little corner in the skill bar. Probably should be, yeah.
Come on.
Looking at this uneven symbol makes your eyes water. Well, it's clearly Zinch. I don't know what that was really going to tell us, but... Power balls and a Mezua pattern arc rifle. Does this count as plasma? Something tells me it doesn't. All targets within 2 cells of the main target. I'd be lying if I said I didn't like the sound of that.
I tread a path unexplored.
Okay. Power sword. I gotta disarm this, but I gotta disarm it from like the other side. Strange that they would put the trap disarm button up here.
Just as he ordained.
But I will take that XP. A dying tech priest. The pile of human remains carelessly tossed together amidst a suffocating stench. The torn, gutted bodies once belonged to the tech priests, but you can't spot a glint of metal anywhere. All their implants are gone. One of the ravaged bodies makes the tiniest movements. The tortured man's lips move ever so slightly. Approach the still-breathing man. The man can barely breathe without his respirator implant. It's a miracle he survived the horrific vivisection, but it takes you a single look at the gaping wound where the augment was ripped out to realize death is only a matter of time. As if having sensed your presence, the half-dead man looks at you. Machine spirit, deliver me. The binaric requiem coming from Pascal's vox sounds solemn and grim. Upon hearing it, the man's mutilated face twists into a weak semblance of a smile. Who did this to you? My comrades. Machine spirit, has the Omnisa truly abandoned us? Kiava Gamma has fallen into the maw of the eternal enemy. The holy magi has succumbed to heresy. The rest were stripped of their true flesh to feed it. Preserve us, deliver me from erring. Sacrifice living blood from vessels of the true flesh while their still heart is beating. After that, oblivion. I knew you would come. I've waited so very long. Deliver me from my torment. I attest that the 3 categorical requirements for assigning the status of martyr of the flesh have been met. Opposition to the enemy, preservation of adherence to dogma, and a brutal death. Requesting the right to extract the subject's organic matter for it to be used in the creation of an honorable servo skull. It's an honor. I am thankful for the right to serve. Picked recorder servo skull. Oh! It's a familiar. Oh, man. I gotta do the heretical option. It's even funnier because it's gonna be Heinrich. Delay the man's death by providing medical assistance. No treatment can preserve the man's life in his fading body, but for a moment you're able to stabilize him. He groans weakly. Why do you prolong my cycle? Are you waiting for my repentance? Have I not yet purged my soul through my torment, or must I repent for others? No, machine spirit, angel of the Deus Mechanicus, that I saw the fabricator himself ripping the flesh out of our tech comrades and chanting a litany over vessels of corruption. Sarcophagi forged from corrupted metal, unholy shells designed to house evil. The fabricator sensor does not serve the Omnisaya. He obeys a different power. The one whose heralds came to Kiava Gamma at the onset of the insurgency, his mouth spewing lies and corruption. Fear him, for he is. The words escape the man's mouth along with his last breath. However spent the last bit of strength on his confession, he goes limp in your arms forever this time. Wait, I could still make a skull out of him? Damn. This device, evidently used to chop bodies into pieces, was once an ordinary cooling fan. Listen, I've got to take the heretic. We already have a little servo skull trumpet, and you can only have one servo skull at a time, so. As much as I would like everybody to have a servo skull.
Would you look
Don't
at that?
walk on the bombs, please.
A revelation was
Or
sent
the
to
other
me.
bombs. Cogitator's panel is dozens of breakers, buttons, handles, switches, and other things. You discover the local data crypt, study the archives. The records look like a typical shipping record, but only after further reading it becomes apparent that the focus here is not ore or assembly parts, but augments extracted from living tech priests. The spent mass, the flesh of the victims killed either during or for the sake of machine rituals. The lines are uneven. Some of the values seem impossible. After a few minutes of studying the records, you feel your head begin to swim. The data can only be comprehended by a twisted mind touched by chaos corruption. That's us. Record looks like a sermon of some mad chaos worshipper. The log, clearly written from someone else's words, mentioned the heart that extrudes virtue and the cradle that rocks the child of truth. These, I recognize these. These belong to They're demon engines. They're like giant cannons on 2 legs. Wow, we fought one in space. On like the heretic tech ship. It could also be like a dreadnought. Hellbrute? No. God, I can't remember the name of anything today. Servo Skull is equipment. I thought it was like a summoned unit. Yeah, it takes one of your equipment slots. I wonder if we'll see more of those like production lines as we go.
The forbidden.
All right, this trap I can just regular disarm.
The Vizier.
Then I can disarm that trap.
Be proud. Am I?
Then I can disarm this trap.
Just as I was taught.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Ba ba boom. I missed loot. I'm getting better at remembering to check the map as I go part way through and then saying like, wait a minute. There could be goodies back there. Okie dokie. Man, this world is cool. I mean, it's hot, but it's cool. That's the way the boss went, right? Definitely. There's loot over here. I gotta get my loot.
Will bow.
Ooh. Oh yeah, look at this. They've made like little chaos stars out of the pipes and everything. This is some excellent heresy.
The shadows reveal
No.
their secrets.
There's a lot of things that go boom here. What if I blow up this explosive barrel?
Unexplored.
Who's got a gun?
Is terminated.
Nice. Let's turn off that trap
I do what I must.
and then use these computers. CyberGuard accepts the access code and sets mysterious mechanisms in motion. Ooh. Tech use. Blow up.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
This large device is used for transporting parts. Why did it say blow up?
Trembles beneath my feet.
This is a big door. Goodies? Lots of goodies. Ooh, we found the goodie locker. Regular goodies. Flamer Digi Weapon. A marvelous compact weapon in the form of a ring that allows the wearer to fire flamer shot stream once per combat. Oh, that's cool. And a master crafted power maul. I think we have much better versions of that. Yeah. But I will take a fire ring. Abelard, disable that trap. More crack grenades.
Intriguing.
All right, lots of good loot. Have I solved the gene stealer problem yet? Yes. We, kind of, in a weird way. We dealt with Nemesite, who was a Kellermorph on our ship. We lured him into a trap and then gunned him down. And we found the station where the Gene Stealer Patriarch was coming from, and we shot it a bunch, and then we dragged it into orbit above our planet. We didn't have to fight the Gene Stealer Patriarch personally, and that's got me a little bit suspicious and worried at the same time. Who's got room for a ring item? You do. You do. Because this doesn't actually do anything for him for the most part. Exhaustion. Oh, this will actually be really good on Jay. Because those pistols that she have, they scale off of exhaustion. No, they scale off of fatigue? I'm not sure what they scale off of. We can look it up, though. Poor Pascal has taken head trauma and broken ribs.
Let's seize the opportunity.
He's not having the best day. I have so many guns in my inventory. I know. It's just that they're all basically unique. So I'm having a hard time cleaning up my inventory.
Satisfied with your performance for the maintenance rights on your equipment, although some of your prayers are unfamiliar to me.
Who you talking to?
They are rites performed by the Imperial night pilots of my world. I must commend you on the delicacy with which you expressed your suspicion that I was deviating from dogma.
True power.
Oh, Heinrichs. I wish I was a female so I could corrupt you. Unfortunately, you cannot corrupt him if you were a man. Okay, what's up this way? Saving? Uh-oh, that's never good. What's up this way, cultists? Chaos Marine. Find within the primordial truth the strength and power to deliver retribution, and to those who kept you blind, sated with its divinity, manifest the will of the true gods and strike down the unbelievers. Your redemption will be awash with the blood of heathens, and thus will you sate the true gods' eternal thirst. What is this guy, word bearer? I think that's word bearers. Well, we gotta have to fight you. You might have stuff I want.
The Vizier. Would he be proud?
Peer into the darkness that conceals the true path, and verse not your eyes, for the one who looks will witness the essence of true things and the power of truth. Maybe we should witness his entire speech. Turk's actually an orc, Mortaka. Pascal does not have extra weapon slots. No, he gets one melee and then like one big slot. Your redemption will be awash with the blood of heathens, and thus will you sate the true god. Okay, he's just looping. Dominator, or whatever combat military leader of the Gene Stealer cult, was murdered by a corn-corrupted crowd of workers. Oh, the, God, man, I can't remember anything's name. Not the Megas. Not the Kellermorph. I gotta look this up now. Primus is the one I'm looking for. Yeah, he got murdered by mob justice. Too bad we can't recruit the Chaos Marine. I think there is one you can get in the last act of the game. The Chaos Space Marine towers over the Tech Priest's bowed head like a dark cliff. He's reciting a sermon slowly, almost chanting. From the mere sound of his deep, low voice, you break into a cold sweat, and your gorge rises. Yeah, something's rising from that low, deep voice. Listen, for my words reveal to you a path from the darkness unto the primordial truth, which has thrown open its gates for wayward souls, seeking deliverance from the shroud of lies and torments of enslavement. Your minds have shed the bonds of dogma that has guided you into the abyss, except now the hope granted you by the greatest of the word bearers. Heinrichs hisses through his gritted teeth like a kitty cat. I knew our meeting on Rykad Minoris wouldn't be the last, but to run into this anthema here, Kiava Gamma did not merely succumb to heresy, biggest turg. Your world is in the clutches of the greatest evil known to the Imperium, the Inquisition. The Noosphere signature of the defective units has been archived. In accordance with the sacred commandments, I will tolerate no heresy and hereby sentence you to categorical disposal without redemption. Voice. That voice. Have I heard it before? Or no? It's like it drowns out all other voices. Let's leave quickly, please. Oh, listen to the sermon. The Chaos Space Marine does not seem to notice you. His gaze is focused on his flock, who are hanging on his every word. Those living a lie will not see the truth until they have renounced the false gods. Only through your faith does the reign of the corpse worm hold. Worms that devour your very body, wrecking weak souls, gnawing at your eyes and ears, so that you do not turn them towards the true masters. Your world, a foundry in the realm of corpses, was given the honor of serving as the crucible of the oncoming victory, and we, the word bearers, shall be at the tip of it, as well as those who can overcome the slander of the false idols. The incinerating fires of Kiava Gamma will birth weapons whose advanced heroes will the coming of a new age, an age wreathed in the glory and resplendence of chaos undivided. It feels as if with each of the Space Marine's words, the light around you dims. Something tickles your face. A thin rivuletous blood is streaming down from your nose, dripping onto your lips and chin. Registering encroachment upon sacred furnaces through both thought and action, initiating virtuous eradication procedure. Pascal's voice is a bloodthirsty growl, its sound reminiscent of the whirring of a chainsword. One of his mechadendroids snaps its pincers as he charges into the fray. The Chaos Space Marine roars in fury as the tech priests turn and charge you up on cue. Interesting. Like, they're just going in regardless. What if I actually put me here and you there, and Legion can go here, Cabela could go there. Me too. Uh-oh. He's praying. They're all just praying at the end of their turn. They have a lot of HP. 135. SpaghettiOs. Mind Bond. Forewarning. Prescience. I could zap a lot of them right now. That's probably the right move.
Anything else? Damn! What was the command again?
Move up the bird. We're gonna cast Eagle Eye.
What you can do.
Huge warp damage. And then I guess that's it for right now. Definitely, if we can get Adira another turn, it would be valuable. Abelard, you absolute G unit. Cursebringer. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, Chaos Space Marine. You really helped me out there. I can use my fancy new ring to torch a bunch of them. Definitely let's put prey on him. Let's put prey on him. We'll get a kill right away. Prey on him. Offhand shot that echoes. Here's the thing is I could just like AoE Pascal. I could just AoE Abelard here. But I think probably my best option is just like hit this guy with everything we got. That's 3. We could also do Cull the Bold and then just hit him with a plasma overcharge. 100 damage. That's pretty good. Cabela also loves just like killing everything. Where is Vesper? There? Okay, we're gonna go here.
Trust me.
Rain Blood, Blade
I shall
Dance.
not let your soul be purged, caught by the web.
That's 4 kills. I'm gonna let you just take that. Yeah.
Dying Emperor.
It's the unfortunate side effect of it, but
The shadows will see it done.
this should let you do a crazy amount of backflips.
I cannot serve you in this way. Trust me.
We'll go there. Then Death Whisper. And then flip to the other side of him. It's kind of hard to tell because he's so big. What counts as his opening? But it looks like basically everything does. This guy's getting only 1
I shall
turn.
not fail. The other side awaits.
Not even.
The shadows will see it done. As honor ordains.
Any more things you could do?
As the tenets demand.
Hop. 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 Run back here. Hop. Run back here. What a crazy turn, man. You actually can't even reach this guy, so why don't we just hit him with some cursed magic. And then manage to not kill him. That's fine. Abelard's about to go.
Just a minor setback.
Problem solved. Cabela is a monster, yeah. Like, she could have just soloed that entire encounter. Heretical Votary bolter weapon. Yeah, this is a pretty big bolter. 19 to 27. 4 shots. It's not a heavy bolter. And I also can't yet use it. I mean, I can't anyway. All bonuses from the wearer's combat tactic areas are increased by 5 for 1 round if the wearer uses a stratagem different than the one used before, or if none were used at all. I don't have anybody who is a grand strategist, unfortunately. Beep, boop, beep, 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 beep.
The world will bow.
What do we got down here?
My resolve is unshaken.
God, we stepped on so many of those.
And be heard.
You
There is
heal
life
me.
in you yet.
What advice do you
Use
seek?
it wisely.
My wisdom.
You heal you.
Squam.
Field medicine at its
Remember,
finest.
innocence proves nothing.
You heal him.
Organics required it.
Your assistance is much
Blood
appreciated.
is my life. Death is my duty.
Oh, careful now.
What ails you?
Get back to fighting.
We function as one.
Okay.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
I actually have a strange flashback that I think this is where the final boss is. I want to do some looting. Nice fight and stumble right into a mine. I mean, stumbling into mines is kind of an ongoing theme of my stream across all games.
Intriguing.
Certainly not the first time I've done it. Won't be the last. Cogitator looks dead. Only a single lit lumen shows there's life. Bring by Electu to the scanner. Lumens light up on the panel. You hear distinctive clicks. The cogitator goes quiet, having fulfilled its purpose. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
How fascinating.
Pneumatic actuators have obviously failed. It can only be opened manually by finding a suitable valve.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
I think this is one of the rogue trader stashes that we got from... Like, I think this is the one from Isabella's room. We drank like a special bottle of wine and it gave us a secret. Remove the obstacle. Release the carburetor. Oh, good. Oh, I see what's going on here.
Let's seize the opportunity.
I see what's going on here. Oh, yeah. This is definitely the creature I'm thinking of. Yeah, there's its head. I think we kind of fought one of these guys already. Fist bump and a kick isn't enough to open that secret. We need a dab as well. Apple alert. Move that thingamajig.
I tread a path.
Blow up. Okay. The car is filled with refuse. I like how the thing keeps saying blow up when that's clearly not what is going on. Release the brake. Kerchunk. Can I get it now? Yes. Secret valve. Thank God this valve is just like lying around.
Intriguing.
Uh-oh. Oh, that seems fine.
Intriguing.
Well, that also seems fine. Fire's not doing that much damage to me. Cogitators are unpowered. The device, which bears an odd resemblance to both a cogitator and a furnace, reacts to your presence with a faint blink of its lights and an inscrutable binaric sigil. The towering furnace wreathed in scarlet light fills you with awe as you approach. The heavy thrum of ancient servo motors erupts from the machine's depths, along with the crackling binaric undertones. The dust-covered keys are illuminated by a faint pale glow. Request Theodora's data. The machine reacts with a curt signal followed by a low, drawn-out tone. Okay. Rumbling builds up the bells of the furnace, growing apace with the sound of ancient motors. The rumble is echoed by the screeching of metal gears and the clanging of unknown mechanisms. Slowly, almost hesitantly, the creation of the Adeptus Mechanicus disgorges a databank engraved with the coat of arms. Guess I probably should have turned off the poison traps first. Permanent -15 weapon skill and ballistic skill.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Permanent? Cannot be removed and fully healed on the voidship's bridge. I mean, let's not take a permanent -15 to everything. Abelard, step on that trap for me. He is very good at doing that.
Unexpected result. Time to prove my mettle.
God damn it, Abelard.
Seize the opportunity.
He stood in front of the car and got ran over a couple of times. All right, well, I guess I'm trading one wound for another. That's my penalty for safes coming at. A dab, one of those newfangled tiki-talkies. Sounds correct to me. So this room is full of traps, but I also have the special code so I can turn off all the traps.
There is a fervor in my soul.
Try this again. Can I do this without stepping on all the fire as well? Well, most of the fire. Disable the gas supply. Disable the traps. Request the data. Decrypt the data back on the ship. Alright, well that feels better.
The world will bow.
The whispers told me a secret.
Goodies. Adaptive flak vest. This flak vest grants the wearer 3 deflection and 15 armor at the beginning of every combat. During the first 3 rounds, the bonus deflection is reduced by 1 and armor by 5% at the end of each round. If the wearer's intelligence is more than 55, this armor gets 10% additional armor. Okay, only Pascal can use that. And it's actually probably good for him. It is an extra 20% armor. How does this work? 8% armor. Logic divided by 10. During the first 3 rounds, the bonus is reduced by 1 and armor by 5. Yeah, I mean, +2 to tech is not really going to make or break my tech. What's really fun with this as well is I have a helmet that totally matches this. But I guess he can't really wear it because he's AdMech. Good to survive those first couple of rounds. Yeah. I mean, especially with him, who is typically kind of a bit more squishy. We got Heinrich in heavy armor right now as well, so he should be tougher than he is. He keeps dropping like a sack of rocks. Oh, demons. Corrupted Rust Stalker. Ooh, that's going to be nasty. That's going to be real nasty. The tech priest tears himself away from reading the data slate and looks up at you. His respiratory augmetic is missing. Instead, the lower half of his face is covered in a deathly pale artificial flesh. You take note of the multitude of fresh augmetics attached to his head. They seem to have been inserted haphazardly, and pus is seeping from the untreated wounds. I heard your footsteps in the void. You are von Valancius, are you not? Pascal exchanges a series of binary signals with the tech priest before saying menacingly, initiating arrest procedure. This unit is using a fabricated identification code which constitutes a grade 4 transgression. You are a heretic, are you not? I say, smile ominously. That 1% fail in tech on the next skill check? Guaranteed. Guaranteed gonna happen. I'm merely a seeker of knowledge. However, the experiments I have conducted extend far beyond the allowed limits of an ordinary transmechanic tasked with maintaining a planetary Vox array. Ever since I received that strange signal, my ears have been open to what I had been previously considered to be forbidden knowledge. Every night since, I've been tuning my Vox station to that very frequency and listening to the voices. Am I a heretic? The fabricator sensor didn't think so. He conducted inspections, but he did not prohibit my research. Later, when a mysterious visitor revealed the truth to his optics, he came to me once more. I nurtured the scrap code for him in the depth of my mind. It lives there still, eating through my synapses and building new connections that are open to the new knowledge of change. Is freedom heresy? If so, then I am a heretic. The reason for the failure of this unit's operations has been established. You have fallen victim to the cognitive corruption of chaos. Your computing processes have been disrupted. You are defective. Defective? I reveal the truth. I comprehend just as the Omniscience commands. Meanwhile, your mind thrashes about within a cage of data vows. Which one of us is defective? Identify yourself. My name is Dementus Howman. I believe it is familiar to you. Hanauman? I'm not really sure how to say that. This statement is false. This unit stands accused of identity theft. I am guilty of many things, but not the transgression you speak of. I've stolen nothing from you, my tech comrade, unlike many others who have indeed robbed you. Are you the one who stole Magos Tarsus' personal code and made an attempt on his life? No, why would I do that? It was the work of the maimed hunter. Term not recognized. Is this a specialized term used by your branch of tech heresy? It is simply a name that fits him. You must have noticed by now that names are full of lies, have you not, Pascal? Give a chance to explain why you were using the name of another. Another, I have a right to bear this name. It is my humble inheritance which I received from Archmagos Amarnat. That's also Pascal's mentor. To renounce it is to betray his ideas. The blessed Armanat taught us that the cycle must be discontinued. It seems I have become his best student. I aspire to know all, comprehend all, as is the Omniscience will. Blasphemy! Should you continue the sacrilegious mention of sacred litanies and heretical perversions of the blessed Armanat's philosophy, you will be destroyed. You wish to sound outraged, but I sense your curiosity. I understand. Knowledge is intoxicating. This craving for new knowledge gnaws on me as well, but be patient. I am deciphering a great mystery, and my name became the start of the key. I analyzed the archives and found it in places where it should not be. Hanauman, Hanauman, Hanauman. I kept seeing this marker upon the traces of a great plot, of the deception created by Archimagos Amarnat. No sound mind is capable of such twisted cunning. But my mind was no longer sane. It could no longer stay within the narrow confines of the norm. Each new discovery loosened the imperatives of obedience and granted ever greater freedom. I developed. I avoided the traps of the maimed hunter who seeks to hide the truth. But words mean little. Do you want me to show you the truth? Yes, absolutely. The tech priest turns his data slate around. Its vid screen is covered with green runes, performing an ungodly dance of computation. He casts a quick glance over the data slate and says with contempt, "Your sacred logic is impaired. Your calculations are irrational. Yet they are still correct." I do not understand your calculations, but I would like to, very much so. Then become my servant. I will seize your weak brain and replace it with Ferrum Sanctum, capable of receiving signals from the Imperium. Then you will understand everything. Oh, okay. I don't replace my weak brain. Pascal, do you have any preference regarding the killing of your former tech comrade? He switches to Technolinga, his vox erupting in a series of binaric signals. There is no need for secrecy. Let him understand. Following a voluntary surrender, I will be willing to commute the punishment from immediate destruction to arrest and isolation for the purposes of conducting an exhaustive interrogation. Does that not violate some protocol or other? Indeed, tech comrade. Does it not violate the dogma of purity? He says nervously, your possible familiarity with matters related to the fate of the blessed Amarat justifies this violation. A wise decision, Pascal. The heretic's deranged smile remains on his dead lips. Request denied, tech comrade. You will have to pull what I know out of my head. Nah, you've only got 300 HP. That's not going to be nearly enough for you to survive. Cabela can do that in one turn. Abelard, let's put you, like, here. Heinrichs, maybe you can go back there. Adira, you know, I might just keep you up top. And Pascal, oh no, I can't keep Adira up top. She has to buff everybody. All right. Here comes the Rust Stalker, killing everybody in a single turn. Mind Scrambler Grenade. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound fun. Oh, the melter. Oh, the plasma rifle. Oh, another round of the melter. Scrap code melee protocols. So Adira's dead.
I will try
Again. She's been dying a lot on the first round of combat. I've been noticing.
One step closer.
I want to cast Break Their Ranks, but nobody is in range to really get a benefit from it. So I think I'm going to cast Bring It Down first.
I will triumph.
Because I should get 2 turns out of this. Nice, you missed.
It will be done.
You missed twice. Okay. Let's grab some Brace for Impact Deflection. Pascal actually gets the second turn here. And you did get Mind Scrambled.
Running binary override. Request approved.
Can at least drop some praise down on these 3. Man, we're going to be in some bad shape for the final fight here.
Purpose guides me.
All right. Well, at least we got that going. $32 or $18. What's my other weapon? A sword.
The ruin beckons.
Shoot and miss with the Melta.
As honor ordained, that is a blessing.
Cabela, it's your time to shine, baby. Part of me is like, do I just use her to kill the combat servitor, or do I send her after Dementes? She doesn't have a million flips in this fight, so...
A dance of blades and shadows. Caught by the web.
I think I will just have her shut this guy down. %7 less damage from attacks of opportunity and 18% dodge through any enemies they dash through.
Trust me. This goes against the
Why does she not have a Death Whisper? Huh.
I shall not
Okay.
fail.
Well, I'm just going to send her back then. Abelard, I'm going to move you here so that when you taunt this guy, he faces you. Sadly, I could have probably set that up a little bit better, but... Heinrichs, you're still alive. That's great. That's a bit of good news for us. I think let's nuke the Vox Skull.
Be gone.
And then we could charge him with the rock saw. Ooh, that triggers 3 times on a charge.
For the throne's glory.
Good to know. Pascal, you're up again. You can actually attack this time. I'd love to get you into some kind of cover.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
So that we can do that. You actually still can't attack.
Request approved.
So I'm going to machine banish him.
My vow is to serve. Request.
And then we'll just charge up for the next round. You dash, and then you walk back through him, taking 3 more stacks of that. Scrap code melee protocols. That is not a melee weapon. Ow.
Scorn the pain.
Stop melting me. So many melt attacks. My God. I guess Heinrichs was out of range of Voice of the Command, so we could do that and give him a bonus turn. You are too close to charge? Oh, you are too close to charge. Are you on fire? No, you are bleeding. Where it hurts, orchestrate flames.
Naturally.
I'm going to cast Where It Hurts, and then I'm going to light him on fire, because it should do extra. It should trigger all that bleed on him. What? How did that work? Biophysical Distortion deals 19 toxic damage. Ignite does 24. Bleeding does 10. Warp Fire does 8. And then it all triggered a second, third time? Damn, dude. That's crazy. Damage is dealt after all other effects from the attack are applied. Then all dots are removed. This ability is applied instead of Scourging Strikes and removes all stacks of Forced Repentance. So it did the ignite damage, and then it procced all the toxins, all the bleed, all the fire, and all the warp burn all at the same time. That's nasty. Angry man, too angry to die.
I won't object to it.
Boy. You know what, man? I think we're all fine here.
Triumph. Purpose guides me.
Bella, if you don't mind covering this servitor in blood, I'd be grateful. Big hits.
Trust me.
No hits. Dance Macabre.
As the tenants demand.
Blade
Let your
Dance.
soul be purged.
It's that 100% armor pen on that sword. Even to the weak things does so much. Detonate dots effect. Basically, yeah. Which, when you think about it, every single time he hits with the rock saw, which is 3 times per attack, he adds a stack of toxins and he adds a stack of bleeding. If I could get him to add stacks of fire as well, but I guess that's what the ignite does, right? Pascal stands motionless as he stares at the heretic's corpse. After a long silence, he finally says, I'm taking his neural cogitator. The data contained must be analyzed to supplement the catechism of maintenance and operation. Indeed, who knows what fascinating things he had in his head. This statement is true. The value of the data justifies the risk. Pascal leans over the corpse, activates the sampling tool on one of the mechadendrites, and plunges it into the tangle of augmatics covering the heretic's skull.
Powers unseen uncover my power.
Well, I hope that corrupts him. If I could corrupt Pascal, I'd be pretty happy. Cogitator grants the owner a +10 bonus to logic and a Mesoa pattern plasma gun. Yes. Upgrades. Upgrades.
Inquisitorial approval.
No, I inquire medkits is what I require. Apparently I require many, many
How
medkits.
may I serve the dynasty? There. Much better, right?
Integrity factor increased.
Nice. This is a flat upgrade for our plasma gun. It's literally double the damage. Oh my god, that's so good. And an extra 20% armor pen. And it's got a cool green color on it. You also picked up a little artifact here. Yeah, so I'm going to ditch the flamer weapon and I'm going to give him +10 to logic because that's kind of his thing. I'll let you keep the enemy finder for now. Does anybody want this flamer ring? Charge bonus does extra damage against demons and xenos. If you suffer a critical hit, you counter with a bunch of warp damage. But not that much. Does this light people on fire? Inflicts burning 4. I'm going to give it to you. Mamma mia, plasma mia. Mamma mia, papa pia. Baby's got the diarrhea. A mishmash of steel, wire, and augments shaped by some madman into an unknown and frightening monstrosity.
Locomotives are fully operational.
The curved parts appear foreign compared to the orderly geometry of the Manufactorum. The many holes and fasteners inside each component serve as but a single part of some wicked design. More goods. Warp lore.
That wasn't so difficult.
The vats which previously used to store fuel oil have been turned into reservoirs of blood, an ingredient for the vile rituals that have replaced the ordinary protocols of the Manufactorum. Crucified body had all its augs removed. Judging by the abundance of blood, they were ripped out when the tech priest was still alive.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
This one's going to be a bit harder.
The premonition runs
Nice.
true.
An eerily looking makeshift structure is an altar to Tzeentch. Amidst the revolting totems and twisted symbols dedicated to the chaos god, you notice a string of 9s burned into the metal surfaces. 9 is the number of Tzeentch. Anyone close to getting 100 in a stat? Adira is pretty close. I think she's like 95. Each of the wearer's melee attacks made against enemies under the effects of exposed weakness reduce the strength and agility by 10. No, we don't really use that. That's if you have like an operator, melee operator. Where's this go? Oh, that's back to, all right. Well, that's kind of a shortcut. This is the final boss. I'm sure of it. So is this a treasure room? You know what? I bet it's a treasure room I can't access until I kill the final boss.
I tread a path unexplored.
Or Or not. Oh my god. These are all the people? Oh, well, this is some real foul warp sorcery. Can my Blade Dancer use it? She's not an operative. She's a soldier. No, she's a Blade Dancer. Sorry. Four-sided bridge was too much effort. Let's make it a two-sided rotating bridge. You got to keep up some puzzles. Numerous wires and pipes run to the filthy cages, which are filled with what looks like a conglomeration of human bodies. You can't make out who is in the cage, but bright blue sparks flash intermittently in the darkness while the mass of flesh twitches and shudders. What are you gonna do with that rock saw, Heinrich? Heinrich casts a scrutinizing eye over the cages before withdrawing his weapon and approaching to examine what lies inside. Look at the cage closest to you. Through the metal bars, you see it is truly a pile of human bodies, or something that used to be. The monstrously deformed bodies have fused together in places, while others were severed using saws and knives, leaving wounds seeping pus and slime. Wounds that are agglutinating and sprouting tendons. That's a new word for me. Rods connected to wires that run to a nearby cogitator bristle across the flesh. One of the humans' heads turns towards you. Mercy. Even attempting to speak causes the mutant pain, but he bears the agony and forces out the words, "Mercy, make it stop." Study the mutants closely. You examine the pulsating flesh mass. The creatures in the cage seem to be composed of several bodies joined together. You see no sutures or any other means by which the separate parts could have been connected. Among the layers of meat, you can discern large knots of muscle, various limbs, exposed bones, parts of faces, and entire heads. Only warp sorcery is capable of creating such an abomination while preserving its ability to live on. I don't know, man. I think the Drukari could probably do this as well. What is this? Heinrich takes in his surrounding and once again fixes the attention on the contents of the nearest cage. I'm beginning to have some idea. The Lex mechanic mentioned the inhabitants of the lower levels who had been imprisoned in their homes. He said some of them were brought here. The cultists did something to these poor people in their own homes, and now they're studying the result. Talked about some kind of slag waste disposal and chaos symbols. What are the archenemy's minions doing to the people? Have you ever seen anything like this before? I've seen a great deal, Rogue Trader. That includes mutations caused by the Sorcerers of Chaos, but what frightens me most is not the repulsive form, but what's hiding beneath it. A human soul in torment. Chaos never forgets to ensure its victims retain the ability to suffer. Glutinating? We need to get that into top 10 GPT words. What are the arch enemy's minions doing to the people on the lower levels? To know the workings of dark sorcery means allowing corruption into oneself. These are warp mutations, no doubt. Perhaps there was some side effect and that's why they were brought here, to be connected to sensors and cogitators. Even falling tech priests who have rejected the Omnisire are driven to perverted hunger for knowledge. Why are they all hooked up to cogitators? He carefully studies the screens on the machines. Lingua technis corrupted by scrap code, I'm sure. It's unlikely we'll be able to extract anything of value from the data crypt. Thinking, Heinrich clutches his fist and bites down on a knuckle and then recoils when the mutant from the nearest cage reaches a hand out to him through the bars. You. A female face watches you from within the gloom of the cage. Even though half of her head has been turned into a mess of bones and lumpen growths, her single eye looks at you with a surprising amount of intelligence. You promised us. Her words are echoed by the other voices in the depths of the cage. Heinrich leans towards the cage, but at sufficient distance to ensure the mutant cannot reach him. Who are you talking to? What did they promise you? Who are they? You took us from the inferno. You promised us a reward. You... Her face contorts in a grimace and the creature's lips stick together like melted wax. Oh, I'll be damned. They can speak. They remember the people who did this to him. His balls his fists into a powerless rage, then he frowns in thought. Perhaps a little biomancy will allow us to draw the fragments of knowledge out of them, or it could trigger further changes. New waifu just dropped. Oi. Idera curses furiously. A little biomancy. This is a tangle of flesh and bone that by some freakish miracle still happens to have a soul and a mind. Come on, Iceman. Let them die in peace already. Heinrich turns to Idera. You do not see his face, but you do see Idera suddenly shrink and cast her eye down. Not missing Pascal's sober interest in proceedings, which he is dutifully recording in a data slate, Abelard raises a brow. Esteemed Magos, these are your comrades. If I may ask, do you feel any compassion for them? Or at the very least, regret? Regret for the losses that these poor people represent to the Adeptus Mechanicus? Negative. What I am currently observing is not my tech comrades, but merely their biological functioning remains fashioned into a specimen of unnatural preservation of technology. I am under no directives to feel any affinity for such specimens. Kabila stares at the pile of fused flesh without blinking. I do not hear their names in the Undying One's whispers. They have become too twisted and he no longer remembers them. These people are suffering more so than anyone anywhere and you're refusing them deliverance? What's wrong with you? Idera, we're heretics. These are not people anymore. It does not matter what happens to them. Iconoclast or dogmatic? Boo. What do you want to do? My psyker abilities allow me to affect the human body. It's one of the most effective tools against individuals who resist questioning. But if you're suggesting that I want to use it, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself. The effect of warp energy will likely lead to an explosive reaction. I do not know the precise mechanism of this mutation. The result could even be more monstrous than its current state. I mean, I like the idea of creating something more monstrous. I don't love the idea of doing a dogmatic choice, but I also feel like this is pushing Heinrichs closer to the edge. It'd be a mini boss fight. If there's something that will make them talk, we must use it. You think so? Tiny fragments of data that could prove worthless and even harmful us to an exchange for participating in this torture? These people could serve the Imperium. Anyone would deem their suffering a fair price to pay. Heinrichs hesitates for a moment, then closes his eyes and raises a hand. You're enveloped by otherworldly chill. The mass of flesh in the cage suddenly rears up. The mutant wrenches open its glued together lips and begins wailing frantically. The shrieking is echoed by a chorus of howls and tortured moans coming from the neighboring cages. The mutant changes before your eyes. The tumors recede like an ebbing tide, revealing an emaciated female face twisted in agony. She gasps for air, stretching her now mobile neck and exclaims, "Liar! You promised to kill me. You promised me deliverance. Every one of you told me to have hope that the pain would go. Accept the truth, for that is hope. My only hope is to be freed from this pain. Make it so. Please make it so." A lump of flesh behind her head shudders and sends out smooth, fat tentacles that cover her wailing face and drag it into itself. You feel the pressure in your ears. From a cage, you hear a steady, almost imperceivable sound that fills you with despair and horror. With a sigh, Heinrichs lowers his head and looks at what the creature within the cage has become. A wetly gleaming mass of meat and gristle that is no longer bears any hint of its human origins. It pulses vigorously. And that's it. The lamentations of dying people. No, not just that. What it said about hope sounds like a lie of chaos, which it used to take root in weak minds. I believe the corrupted tech priests repeated this phrase like an echo of what had been instilled in them. Whatever the cult of the Final Dawn is planning, false hope is a key component to their plan. It's a lead, a small one, but still a lead. Then that's that. Do you know what bothers me, Rogue Trader? The number of people here. There are too few. The lower levels of similar manufactorums are inhabited by millions. What happened to the rest of them? He shakes his head. I know I won't like the answer. Let's go. We still haven't done what we came here to do. Aw, man. That was not nearly as much heresy as I was hoping for. It's really hard to get Heinrich to do any kind of heretical actions. Lousy Inquisitors. What's in this room? Looking for secrets, looking for secrets, looking for secrets. Like the dogmatic options? Sometimes they're pretty fun. College nickname command. A massive cogitator grows out of the metal bulkheads like a grotesque tumor. A hollow roar sounds from deep within the metal housing. Whatever spurred the computer into action, it's got enough power to supply a small command center. As soon as your eyes fall upon the cogitator, you feel a tingling in your temples. Every nook, every component of the machine radiates a sense of wrongness, one that's difficult to explain, but no less palpable for that. It's as if though the construct itself defies the laws of physics and perspective. Heinrichs makes a warning gesture, his voice ringing slightly with tension, is threaded with disquiet. Stop, biggest turg. This is a creation of the arch enemy. Do not go near it. You have done enough for me and my mission. Don't put yourself at risk now. Whoa, whoa. You get to put yourself at risk, but not me? As soon as Heinrichs takes another step towards the coagitator, it emits a deafening shriek like hundreds of metal needles driving into toughened glass, as though sensing the stranger, wincing. Heinrichs approaches the control panel and bends down towards the screen. Despite the heat clogging the room, you feel an ice-cold breeze. Heinrichs is clearly using his psyker abilities to try and fend off the pernicious effects of the chaos artifact. The Omnissiah's grace has not touched this object. The mechanism was not desecrated, but born flawed and unnatural. Iron most profane. Initiating observation log. Let not fair stand in the path of knowledge. I'm gonna approach. What's a little chaos to me? Heinrichs is too engrossed in an examination of the control panel to stop you. You draw closer to the side section of the coagitator's housing, which has several thick cables running from it. With each step towards the screen, you're feeling that it's watching you with rapidly blinking eyes go stronger and stronger. Up close, you see the buttons, switches, and toggles. Its casing is also covered in strange writings. Study the screens. The cogitator displays a wall of text on its screens. The string of symbols is a senseless mixture of numbers, formulas, and unfamiliar characters. There seems to be no logic to it. Yet there is no doubt that the cogitator is computing calculations on a prodigious scale. Look at the writing on the casing. Adira suddenly appears by your side and tugs at your sleeve. Lord Captain, no, don't look. Just don't look. The whispers say nothing good will come of it. You should really just step away from that thing. Look at the cables. A bundle of cables is coming from the broken side panel of the cogitator. They were clearly added after the machine came off the production line. The wires snake along the floor and disappear inside a maintenance hatch that leads to somewhere down below. You take a step backwards and suddenly one of the cogitator's screens changes color, becoming a bright yellow. Your eyes are helplessly drawn towards the bilious hue. Ooh, willpower test succeeded. You turn sharply away from the screen and you can almost feel invisible shackles failing away. The realization comes a moment later. You are not fighting against your own curiosity, but against someone's malevolent will, which has now lost its hold on you. Keep our distance and wait. A minute passes and then another. You watch Heinrich examine the coagitator. His eyes scan the screens, his eyes darting from reel to lever, sometimes hovering uncertainly over the next switch, which immediately receives a coating of frost. At some point, you hear his voice, almost a whisper, barely audible above the clanging, roaring machine. Sacrifices. More and more sacrifices every minute. He looks at you, his eyes darker, appearing almost black in his white face. Hecatomb determinans. The womb of this cursed machine is down in the lower levels. The auxiliary enumerator controls the system for delivering molten waste under the manufactorum's main building. This cogitator is fueled by the energy harnessed from thousands of people who are flowing beneath our feet as slag waste as we speak. I cannot even imagine the reason for sacrificing all these people. It's inconceivable. Now we know why the fabricator sensor prized this monster so highly. The cursed tech priest and his associates created something that went beyond the limits of the Omnissiah's power. This machine is designed to process myriad possibilities using warp sorcery and has almost finished its task. It predicts the future. How is that even possible? Do not attempt to gain any insight into the essence of the machines corrupted by the archenemy, at least not if you value your soul. I've encountered the heretics' mechanical abominations before. To truly fathom their nature is to allow a particle of death into your heart. But the fruit they bear, no matter how abhorrent their instruments, the fruit they bear could be useful. Adira opens her mouth to speak, but then drops her gaze awkwardly. Heinrich's clouded vase suddenly clears and he glares at the cogitator. No, the cult's filthy ravings are not worth that. What we can extract from its storage drive will be enough. Our influence made Heinrich's more merciful. Well, we need to let it finish its task, otherwise thousands of people will have died for nothing. He casts you a scorn-filled look. Their deaths do not justify the murder of more innocent servants of the Imperium. No. Heinrich's movements are exact and purposeful. Unlike his earlier operation of the Cogitator, one after another, its screens begin to fade to black, and the roar coming from inside the machine quiets to a barely perceivable howl, at which you imagine you hear notes of dejection. Heinrich bends over the key and flinches as if from an electric shock. His head snaps back unnaturally, and you see his lips moving. It lets out a roar that grows louder by the second. No! 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 My chaos artifact! How could he do this to me? I hate you, Heinrichs. I hate you so much. Oh, man. I am upsetty spaghetti at you, Heinrichs. I am definitely going to try and kill you if I can.
Your strike shan't I?
Always something. What you get hit with? Misfortune. 50% to movement and dodge. Blech. 2 pink horrors. And a herald. Oh, man. That ain't good.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Let's cut this guy up. I'm gonna killing edge.
As on our old days.
Cover everybody with blood. Blade storm. Death whisper. And then I guess backflip back to where you came from. The old demon from the machine. Yeah, I'm pretty not okay with this guy being... I can't believe Heinrichs did that to me, man.
Will do.
There is a lot of warp shenanigans going on in here, but I'm not going to let it stop me. Things are getting weird.
Quiet whispers. It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Little bird damage.
Let's see what you can do. I'm not so sure.
Oh, you're out of line of sight. Do I want to cast that? Maybe not. I think we'll be okay. You can't get the best hits in.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Cast Reckless Abandon.
Let's see to it.
I am going to cast some more Warp Magic. Lots of stacks of bleed and tox and blood. Oh, if this target is an ally, every melee attack that ally makes inflicts full burning damage on the targets of their attack Oh, man. Okay, so clearly I meant to cast this ability first.
Naturally. I won't go down easy.
We'll cut him up a little bit. Get hit by a little lightning arc. That's not too bad. All right, you're going to go in a perfect spot. You're going to trigger some hunt praise.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I think we'll just blast the two of them and then
Running binaric override.
take an offhand shot
Request approved.
as he starts to charge up.
One step closer.
And then buffing time.
Purpose guides me.
One pink horror down.
Rejects the very idea. Ruin beckons. This is beneath me.
Boo, 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 boo. I guess let's give it to Abelard,
Guidance.
seeing as he hasn't taken a turn yet.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Just in case anything else tries to attack him. We'll brace for impact as well. What a nice gluttinating mass. Can we keep it as a pet? I'd love to, right? Can't kill Heinrichs. He has nice hair. He does have some pretty nice hair. You're not wrong. But is that enough reason to keep him alive? That's still a bit of a TBD. How come this guy doesn't have an opening?
The shadows. My blade whispers your
Smack.
name.
Smack. Dance Macabre.
On ordains.
Harry. Ooh.
I will triumph.
This will cast advanced tracking just in case. You gotta parry up everything. Ow.
Amuse me.
Ow. All right, well, we're all on fire now, for better or worse.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Parry, counterattack. Nice. He's almost dead. 14 and 20.
Death comes in silence. Come, the other side awaits.
Two of these guys spawn. One, two, three. Can I jump there? I can't.
A dance of blades and shadows.
That's fine. Kill another pink horror.
Kill it.
And the Screamer.
Pleasure.
Summon two more guys. Cast Blade Dance.
My blade whispers your name.
Jump again.
Come, the other side awaits.
Almost enough. Jump over here. Somehow click the wrong box. Jump
As
over
the
here.
heavens demand. Death is a blessing. honor ordains.
And then acrobatic artistry. If I hadn't screwed up that jump, that guy would have died too, but... Cabela with the burn bonus effects from Heinrich. She could do some damage. I'm sure you could build Heinrichs as like a really good buff machine for Cabela. And I bet you it'll work real good. You know, we got a lot of warp stuff going on right now. Maybe we want to limit how much we use this.
What was the command again? All right.
We'll just hit him with the staff.
But of course.
So, do I have to immolate myself to use this ability? I guess I do. The enemy is an ally. The psychic power deals no damage to it. Adjacent enemies suffer the effects of the ignite psyker power. Only target creatures suffering from warp burn. Oh, everyone adjacent, allies or not. I see.
I'm done with this one. Be gone.
I won't object to it.
So I can get right next to this guy, but I can't really do much more than that. Man, I don't know. My Veil stuff is already at like turbo max right now. %3 chance to hit Adira. I think let's take that.
I won't object to it.
You're getting attacked by the bird. You're getting countered. You're getting double countered, actually. We're going to bring Pascal up here. We're going to do a little expose weakness. Drop this guy's... Target is under the effect. Are any of you good for, like... Target's armor and dodge gets reduced. Cover efficiency gets reduced. Ah, damn it. Not today, it seems.
Purpose guides me.
Pascal, try it again.
Dying one favors you. Accept his gift.
Huh. Plasma explosion. Overheats plasma weapon for 2 turns. Who would have thought that plasma weapons were dangerous to use? Not me.
I will triumph.
At your beck and call.
God, what an unnecessary death that was.
Indeed. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
I shall not fail. Killing brings me
Okay, explode him.
I am your blade and shield.
Come over here, explode him.
As honor or count, the other side awaits.
Poor Pascal. Getting more and more wounds. Heinrich stares at the smoldering ashes of the demon and then at the destroyed cogitator. The furrow on his furrow on his brow slowly smooths. His face looks almost contented. This creation of chaos is no more. I hope the fabricator sensor did not have time to pass on the secrets of this creature to his associates. I hope that the survivors down on the lower levels can hold until we liberate Kiava Gamma. Ah, it's a pity the cogitator didn't survive. Imagine the secrets it could have revealed. At the cost of hundreds of thousands of souls? No, secrets uncovered at such a price are corruption upon themselves, staining the souls and leading to ruin. Ah, you acted rashly. Those people are doomed anyway. They're probably already infected with the corruption of chaos. Perhaps the Lord Inquisitor will condemn me when I present my report, but I'm prepared to account for my actions. As for their survivors, their fate is in your hand, rogue trader. Straight back into the machine. Everyone except the Tau. I guess, did the Tau use plasma, or do they use like their own? They have like their own entirely different weapon type. I must thank you, Biggest Turg. Without your help and cooperation, I doubt I would have reached the depths of Kiava Gamma and learned the truth behind my agent's dispatches. I would never have ended up here and never have succeeded in hampering the cult's activity. Dare I hope, esteemed interrogator, that your keen interest in the Von Valencius world has been satisfied? Oh, apart from the fact that this world is still seized by the Arch-Enemy's corruptions, its populace is infected with heresy, and the once sacred machines of the Manufactorum have been turned into weapons against humanity? Yeah, I'm quite satisfied, yeah. My business on Kiava Gamma is concluded. It is time to return to the mission that brought you to this world. The only thing I ask of you is an audience when we return to the ship. Yeah, I'm going to give you an audience with the airlock for blowing up my chaos computer. I think I turned him merciful because I wanted to weaken him. And I also wanted to, like, spare the planet so that it became a demon world. It's been so long since we've done that, though. So I think just the boss fight remains then, hey? He says going in with the most insane amount of trauma possible. They at least use it for lower powered plasma so it wouldn't overheat. Okay. Strategic blunders were made. Blunders?
The world
perhaps.
Beneath my feet.
Forgot we have to turn the bridge. Turn the bridge. Okay, now time for the real boss fight.
Just as I was
Powers
told.
unseen, uncover my path.
This is gonna be hell. Airlock? Javik would be proud. With a recruitable chaos dude in this fight? Can we recruit Fabricator Sensor? Sick. Oh, this guy looks awesome. Upon noticing you, Cubus Delphim straightens. You hear the clanging and groaning of metal as if the pistons and bearings in the Fabricator Sensor's augmented body have fused together. Repellent scraps and screeches punctuate his speech. The probability of navigating your way of reaching my inner line was negligible. The primordial truth guards me in my work. Why is it that that variable has yet to be eliminated? Eliminated. It appears that your masters have turned their backs on you, and now you are on your own. Mini Belisarius call? Yep. An impossibility. I am not a variable that can be extracted from the process without acutely affecting the probability of its successful realization. Possibly a stress test. Unexpected. You can still save yourself. Let's stop this nightmare together. Heinrichs laughs scathingly before immediately cutting himself off with a hard no. Your fragile logical constructs infer my agreement at once to become a slave to the Deus Mechanicus. Erroneous assertion considering the revelations divulged to me by the truth. For too long, I was a prisoner of dogmas, a static unit of obedience, but one who has learned of the freedom that is lawless creation cannot be returned to that cage. I have seen things you can never comprehend, true technology. I touched it with my tools. I grasped its mysteries and potential. I beheld depths that cannot be forgotten, and now nothing can drag me back into the darkness of ignorance. I saw the strange constructs on the lines. What mad machines are we creating here? Steel creations destined to serve the designs of truth. Do you see the elegance of their form, their flawless ergonomics? These are mere shells. True perfection fills them when they are instilled with the spark of life and granted purpose, to bring their wrath upon the heads of apostates. Once this army is assembled, why waste words? You will see for yourself a modicum of the splendor that is in store for the Koronus Expanse. He straightens his back and shoulders, and you hear a mounting hum as if some powerful turbines, followed by heavy footsteps and the grinding of metal against metal. Two? It's less of a surprise when there was already one standing here. Squish. Squish. I like how we fought one of these as a boss before. What is that thing? Witness the weapon designed to carry the glory of the true gods into the darkness of the Koronus Expanse. My shepherd has sent me one of his iron angels so that its very presence may instill faith and awe into the hearts of his flock. Accept the greatness of the primordial truth united with the might of the new Kiava Gamma and perish. Dominate the metallic beast. Spirit of the warp, bow to my will and defend me. The words never escape your lips. The moment they touch your tongue, they scald the inside of your mouth and cause you to choke and cough. Nonetheless, the warp spirits heed your intention, and the air around you begins to pulsate with crimson flares. All the sound in the Manufactorum is momentarily silenced as the steel fiend skewers you with an intense and baleful gaze, which then shifts to the fabricator sensor. We got a forge fiend! Oh my god. It must live. It must indeed live. Cabela, you're gonna go here. Abelard, you're gonna go there. I'm still way too clumped up for this fight. Pascal, you're gonna go there. This way at least everybody's in buff range except for Pascal. Can Vesper actually go like there? Here it comes. Out. Super cool interaction, right? Yeah, I had no idea you could do that. Ooh. 220, 425. That's actually not that bad. Yes. Uh-oh. Forge Fiend fight. Abelard, Church. Ouch. We're going to go with a defensive stance. We're going to go with a taunt. Hopefully that means he has to attack me through him. Man, you better endure. And I better brace as well, actually. No! Leave my puppy dog alone.
I will not die in dishonor.
Ooh. That was a cool ability. Adaptive armor. Every turn, this creature increases its armor by 10% for every instance of damage it suffers. You know what? This is not a problem. We have 100% armor pen. Regenerates the wounds of allied demonic creatures. Well, let's move the bird here so that it can buff everybody.
Will do.
Mind Bond. Dodge. Int Perception, Fellowship, Willpower.
What? Was that you? Or
Lightning. Can use her to like get rid of the trash for right now.
Quiet, whispers. It's my toy, and I'm gonna record it myself.
Bird attack. Cabela. I mean, I feel like let's kill him first.
As the tenants demand.
27%. Damn, that's a low hit.
Trust me.
Parry.
Offering of blood. The
All right, we're gonna blade dance you then.
is done.
Oh, this guy is maybe a problem. Doesn't work if I can't hit you for any damage. Stop parrying me. All right, run it back. Oh no. Oh, his parry rating is so high. What is his parry rating? I don't even understand. %130% to armor. Yikes. Miner's just gonna have to do some work. All right. We know that warp damage is really good. Warp burn. And we know if we can charge, that's also really good. Can I charge him on an angle? Yeah.
Everyone, step aside.
So tell you what,
Naturally.
hit him with a flamethrower ring just to light him on fire. Then I think we give him warp burn.
For the throne's glory.
We could then give us Iron Arm and then charge him.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Ein Rex. Not how that was meant to go. Bounty. Pascal, you got a few things you got to snipe probably in this fight. Stop, parry, you're not a platypus. You know what? I'm going to go for him because I'm going to try to explode that barrel in the background. Not enough damage. Fur. All right. That ain't bad. Start stacking everything else on him. Okay, Cabela, you become my noble servant. We'll cast Voice of Command. This is a smaller crowd to be casting this on, but I think it's still okay. Abelard gets a free strike, parry. I'm gonna give Adira the bonus turn. Because she can do that. Oh, she can almost kill that Forge Fiend. I mean, she can almost kill either of them. Come on now. Honestly, I'm gonna go for the Forge Fiend. If she's doing that much first. Ooh. Why did Adira go pop? Perils of the Warp did 71 damage to Adira. We're below the threshold for that. We should not have summoned Perils of the Warp. That legitimately does not make sense. And it summoned a demon. We got the absolute worst case scenario. Hey, Mona, you want to say hi to everybody in the middle of this fight? Perils of the Mono Warp. Think she always has the chance because she's unsanctioned? It just says that they have a higher chance when they're unsanctioned of causing perils, but under 15 veil degradation, it's not meant to do it ever. That's my understanding, but I could be wrong there. Sorry, this demon got summoned. Mona appeared during the Perils of the Warp. Ripped through a body, a big fluffy monster. Damn, dude, having a blue horror pop up in my back line is not great. You can do a bunch of AoEs on those guys. This is a cool kitty. Normal Veil has a chance to trigger 20% plus 4 times rating. I thought that was only Psychic Phenomenon, not Perils of the Warp. Let me look. Maybe I misread. Yeah, so that's Psychic Phenomenon. Which is different than Perils of the Warp. Chance to trigger Psychic Phenomenon whenever Perils of the Warp do not occur. So, like, yeah, they are different effects, right? Check her character sheet. I do believe you. I'm just trying to understand it myself here. Not you. You. Dum 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 dum. All psychic powers used by this character have a 5% chance to trigger Perils of the Warp. And are resolved as if the psyker's psi rating was 1 level higher. The more we know. Because knowledge is power. I got to dance if I want to get to this guy.
Trust me. As honor ordains. I would that I could.
Larf. Lorf. Damn, Daniel. All right.
I will try.
Good try, buddy.
Focus.
guy's taking pretty good dots right now. Leave my Forge Fiend alone. 6 damage. 22 damage.
Follow my lead.
Ow. I regret nothing.
It will be done. I rather not.
You still regret nothing?
I will do my duty.
And I continue to regret nothing.
It will be done. Indeed.
I forgot about this guy. My poor doggy. Not you, Mona. You're not a doggy. Oh my. How am I going to deal with this guy?
I shall not fail. No.
Do you have an opening? Oh yeah, it's on your butt. Do you have an opening? You should, but I don't see one. That's gonna cover my guys with blood, but it won't do damage to them, right?
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Yeah. That's fine.
As the tenants demand. My blade.
Alright, Cabela's demon is, or Adira's demon is dealt with.
The shadows will see it done. Trust.
You're gonna double dance. That will allow you to cast a Death Whisper on him to add another dot. Then I'm gonna have you leap on him for 55, not bad. And then Acrobat, so you leap back. Parry. All right, I'm a pretty firm believer I could probably just burst this on him right now.
Let's see to it. I won't object to it.
Does require me to land the hit though.
Down easy.
God, all right, Heinrichs is having a problem now.
Naturally.
Might as well light them all on fire again. You're coming up, and then the Fabricator, and then the Technomad, and then the Forge Fiend. You have any abilities charged here? Piercing shot. Unbelievable. All right. That's one of his bounties reclaimed. Oh, you can just nuke these guys with machine banishment? 1 HP. 1 HP. 1 HP, he says.
Ruin beckons.
Heinrichs, what if I gave you another turn?
Let's see to it.
And you tried to hit this guy again.
For the throne's glory.
Wow. That is some serious damage reduction. (280% armor). Oh yeah, 100% armor would have been okay. 280 is a whole other story. I think I'm going to stand here behind this big guy.
I will triumph.
Try blasting you. Nice. That's one problem down. Relocate.
Purpose guides me.
Oh. Ah, it's okay. Good try there, buds.
Just a minor setback.
Nailed it. Get him, Forge Fiend. Head in the jaws.
Someone else can do this. At your beck and call.
You are all buffed up. Cabela. There it is. There's the opening.
Death comes in silence. I cannot serve you in this way.
100% chance. What if I use Killing Edge? 100% chance.
Killing brings me no pleasure. As honor ordained.
Then what if I dance Macabre over to this guy? And then dance Macabre again?
Trust me.
And then do a sick backflip.
As the tenants demand.
Problem solved. The steel behemoth standing before you twitches every so often. Its frame emanates towards miasmas as if its metal plates can barely hold the endless anthema contained within the fabricated cage. Pascal, even paler than normal, is staring at the creature with a mixture of rage and disgust. His visor flaring blue and green. A few sparks fly out of the burnt circuitry beneath the monster's armor, as if Pascal's anger is setting its insides on fire. Heinrich raises a hand, and the temperature around him begins to plummet. Adira shakes her head, tilts it to one side as if listening to something, then shoots you a wary glance. As she meets your gaze, her expression hardens, and she gives you a slight nod. I am taking it to my ship. I will make it serve me. What? The interrogator stirs at you in fury. What lunacy has gotten into your head? Pascal's voice clangs like military-grade glass steel. Unacceptable sacrilege. This abomination must be eradicated. Abelard turns white as a sheet. Begging your pardon, Lord Captain. Where would we even... We would have to keep it locked up. It'll demolish half the deck. Cabello glowers at the metal creature. If the unclean beast dares to defy your command, Domin, I will cast it into oblivion, and it will swiftly sever the thread of any of your subjects who may become sullied by its corruption. The beast turns its monstrous head from side to side, as if trying to catch someone's scent. Oh. Heinrich, you were just investigating a corrupted cogitator, and now you would fault me? Even rogue traders should not dabble in what we are dealing with now. His voice turns into a growl. You're putting every soul aboard your ship in grave peril. Abelard, rest assured, my new pet will give us little trouble. I am confident that you will manage perfectly well. The Seneschal lets out a strange, pained sound. Of course, Lord Captain. After all, my options are rather limited. For some reason, the Forge Fiend is saying this. Pascal, don't you want to see what this creature is made of and learn about any weaknesses? Pascal freezes while his mechadendrites flail back and forth. After a long pause, he utters quietly, the Anthema must be equipped with a mechanism for cessation of vital functions, which is to be put under my supervision. Then its existence can be prolonged for the duration justifiable by the sacred mission of comprehension. My decision is final. We're taking it on board. Heinrich raises a hand and an unseen shroud of cold instantly falls upon him. Don't you dare, Heinrich. The monster's hulking frame, a moment ago brimming with ruinous energy, now lies at your feet. Abelard makes the sign of the Aquila. Disobeying the rogue trader's will is a crime against the Imperium. I am removing you from my retinue. Away with you. He scoffs coldly. It is not for the rogue trader to gainsay the will of the Lord Inquisitor. I am in this retinue at his behest, not yours. Heinrichs, you are dead, dude. You are so dead. That's 2 chaos artifacts on this mission that you have not let me take with me. Alpha arc rifle, Kiava pattern Omnisa axe, Mars pattern las guns, and a shifting combi tool, plus 20 to tech use. Those las guns I don't need, but I'll take everything else.
I tread a path unexplored.
Can we grudge a video game character? Absolutely, if he's doing that. Oh, I'm so upset he's spaghetti at Heinrichs. You have to take him on this mission, too. Like, I couldn't leave him behind. Oh, Heinrichs. Oh. What's this? Oh, hello. Sharp pain pierces your head and the light dims in your eyes. You smell smoke and burning and feel a wave of nausea. Your legs buckle and your knees hit the metal floor. In that same moment, the manufactorum surrounding you disappears in a whirlwind of mist, ash, and gray shadows. Struggling against the elements, you can barely raise your head to look. Your eyes sting and burn. But through the ears, you see it, a colossal silhouette rising above you. The roaring tempest unable to shake the mighty figures. Oh yeah, try to get a better look. Uralon the Cruel. Writhing in pain, you raise your head and peer into the roiling darkness. You make out the figure's features. It's a huge man clad in dark power armor from which demonic silhouettes snarl at you. The wind picks up and you close your eyes, unable to stare into the face of this raging tempest. His inhuman eyes bore into you. I am the master of those who have been felled by your hand in the halls of the primordial truth. I am Uralon the Cruel. The souls of my followers returned to the fount of power they served, crying out for me to cast my gaze towards this sacrilege. And what do I see? Yet another lackey of the Corpse Emperor. They call you a hero. An empty word, a worthless pedestal among hundreds like it, all built by the lackeys of a false god in their hubris of ignorance. The pedestal will soon become a sacrificial altar, and you will become yet another reminder to the Expanse that no hero can save it through the truth. Heinrichs, meet your replacement? Absolutely, man. I'd take this guy over Heinrichs any day. Are you kidding me? He is the recruitable guy? I think so. I think he is the recruitable guy in like Act 4. Can't spell heretic without hero. The giant's voice causes the storm raging around you to die down somewhat, as if the very sound of his voice is enough to make the whirlwind subside. You glance at the huge warrior and notice on his chest a winding azure symbol. The shades of blue seem to glimmer and mingle together. Where are we? Where have you taken me? This is the bridge that connects our minds, created by the will of my slave, whose fate you should be envying. The psyker is useful enough to me to be left alive. You less so. What do you want with me? I want to look upon the one who has disrupted my flock's duties and my master's plan. The warrior from my legion, the fabricator censor. You think of their deaths as a triumph. It is only a minor hindrance on our path. There are other worlds that serve our goal. There are other sources of plasteel and adamantine. Revel in your victory. It will change nothing. Dude, let me work with you. We're on the same team. Nevertheless, the blood in your veins whisper to the spirits that you warrant a closer look. Yes. You are a descendant of the rogue trader whose warrant Conrad Voigtger sought to obtain. By defiling the relic and binding it to himself with the tethers of the Imperium, he was meant to become my servant. A rogue trader who would do the work of the truth. But then you interfered. Could it be you wish to gain the true God's favor instead? Do you wish to present the corpse's relic to me and serve the truth? Hear your very blood calling, begging you to submit. What would be the point of futile defiance? Yes, yes, I am willing to give the warrant to you in exchange for the blessing of your masters. He chuckles and inclines his head. When the time comes, I will remind you of this promise. The sinews of fate have yet to be bound. I will not stop my servants from hunting that which I require. If you survive, you will have earned the right to serve the truth. This isn't your first time meddling in the deeds of the word bearers. You were there on Rykad Minoris, and I want you to know, if you hold in your hands that which is not yours to hold, and you will tell me yourself. He utters a few words in an unknown tongue over his shoulder, and you feel your head being clamped in a vice. The sensation is familiar, for this is not the first time the shadow of warp sorcery has fallen heavily upon you. You close your eyes and cast aside all thought, and your inner horrors cry out and rise against the will of another. A gust of wind sweeps Urlan's figure away without a trace. The mist around you begins to dissipate, revealing the dark halls of the Manufactorum, and leaving behind an oppressive sense of powerlessness. That was a close call, for the sake of Holy Terra. If we had lost a second rogue trader in such a paltry span of time, my only option would have been to shoot myself out of unending shame. I sense the presence of another psyker. Someone made contact with you mentally and tried to harm you with sorcery. I did what I could. You at least appear unharmed. Can you remember what you saw? Doesn't matter. I'm not telling you anything, Heinrichs. He eyes you suspiciously and then reluctantly nods. The Manufactorum around you is the same as before your vision. Maybe the shadows have grown deeper and darker. You dust yourself off and continue on this journey through the darkness. Dear Heinrichs. We could side with the Black Templars, Edgelord phase. The world's industrial heart has fallen to corruption, but numerous faint Vox signals from the periphery indicate that the planet's small manufacturing cluster survived without succumbing to the heretics. The sacred machines and hallowed lathes from these abodes have been reverently transported to the safety of the ship's hold. The fate of Kiava Gamma hangs in the balance. Requires heretical. Restore the Manufactorum using the heretic engine's plan. Howler cannons. Long-range broadside plasma macro cannons. 4 shots at 26 per shot. Hell yeah, dudes. The blast furnaces are lit. Machines once more fill the air with screeches and squeal, and mag trains of wagons stretch in lines from one workshop to the next. But no one except the chosen are allowed into the deeper chambers of the Manufactorum. This is where the heretical demon engines are now being forged in blood, darkness, and secrecy. You can't stop me, Heinrich. I'm gonna make puppy dogs whether you like it or not. You got no choice. Restoration. Blessed are the weaponsmiths or calculating holiness. The Manufactorums have been damaged and tainted by the procedures of the heretics. A renowned tech architect and fugitive aristocrat is offering to enter the rogue trader's service as planetary steward. Cursed boots. Whenever the wearer ends their turn, they deal warp damage to each adjacent creature and to the wearer. They also deal 2 warp damage to enemies. Conviction heretical. Ooh. Well, this is probably what I'm doing. Blessed are the weaponsmiths. Great trials are ahead, and we must steel ourselves to face them. The rogue trader will sign a mutual aid agreement with the quartermasters of the Departamento Munitorum. These outstanding theoreticians of warfare will supervise the repurposing of the planet's manufactorums for the production of weapons and military equipment. In the jaws of the lathe machines and the wombs of alloy vats, soulless plasteel will take on the highest and most perfect form, that of a weapon. It's a 2-handed plasma rifle that never overheats. And 3 weapons. What do we get here? Efficiency, plasteel, and mechanisms. And calculating holiness. The AdMech have been custodians of the machinery and cogitators of Kiava Gamma. Recognizing the value of this tragedy-stricken world, they're willing to deploy a forge cathedral as a token of sympathy. The blessed fabricator sensor Forton will envision and lay out a new and perfect design. The hand of Xenocide. Nah. Not gonna be that. I could go for weapons. Love the name of the weapons. The Dark Marchesa, or the Hand of Xenocide. The Hand of Xenocide's pretty good too. Yeah. Word bearers are totally Black Templars, or I guess it would be more correct to say Black Templars are word bearers, given that the word bearers came first. Interesting. I didn't know that. Like they come from like the same brotherhood. Cursed boots don't seem useful. They also deal damage to you. Yeah, these are really not that good. I like the +1 efficiency. A fugitive aristocrat. That's the amount of resources produced by the colony. Ah, this is a forge world. So increasing the efficiency is pretty nice. They're the same as they are as zealous believers, but Black Templars are descended from the Imperial Fists. Oh, okay. Ability that procs off warp damage. Not that I can think of. I think we have really good warp boots on Endura already, so. We need more weapons for the Dragonis project. Yeah, there's a couple things we have to get access to those weapons. But I do need those. Your head cannon based on what they both behave. Black Templars are actually offshoot of the Fists. Okay, okay. I think I'm going to take efficiency. Because that should give me weapons and mechanisms. And I'd rather efficiency over security. Chapel of Enumeration. Meg trains. Giants. Gives us a contract. The motive force is life. Flawless servitors or vigils of the tech guard. So these are the two ones that we got to pick between. Rogue Trader gains 10 tech use, and we get +2 security for all planets, or +2 efficiency for all planets, and battle servitors? In ship encounters, the Rogue Trader squad is supported by friendly combat servs. Oh, I'm almost definitely going to do that one. Inferno. A massive tectonic plate detonation to awaken the planet's great volcanoes. Armored prow feature. +4 to prow plating. The ram of the flagship causes internal fires. Ton of plasteel project. Yeah. Kiava Gamma will grant a sacred writ authorizing the production of war machines. Amid the small and flickering of lumens, fierce machine spirits of battle tanks, armored transports, and artillery cannons will awaken. Well, that sounds useful. A Titan forged lance weapon. 84 to 98 damage in a narrow arc. 9 weapons and 2 profit factors. And that needs flawless servitors, which I kind of want. This one needs Vigil of the Tech Guard, Eye of the Omnisaya. Enemies suffer -10 to their evasion. -3 to efficiency. I don't like this one at all. Definitely, let's do this. For sure, let's do this. Profit factor, we get weapons. We get servitors. Hell yeah, dudes. We're going to make a weapon factory. And now I can also go to my other planet. You have that. We'll be able to pick up Seasons of Wars now as well. Very shortly. Hell yeah, dudes. Very good stuff. Word Bearers and Black Templars very similar in that they're both based on faith, even if the faith is opposed. Yeah. Get around the limit of marine numbers by constantly being on crusades. Good bureaucratic practice. They refused to allow psykers because the Emperor banned them, and then the charge of allowing psykers technically didn't come from the Emperor or something like that. Yeah, don't the Word Bearers, weren't they originally also saying, like, that the Emperor was a god? Which went directly against what the Emperor said? And so the Emperor had to get mad at them and kind of cast them out. This is my understanding. Oh, that's a good Kiava Gamma we got done there today. Let's set out down to the Emperor's Palm and the Frozen Prince next, and then probably scoot our way back to Janus in the next video. Because, you know, that seems like the perfect place to end this one. Thanks for joining us on our little Kiava Gamma hunt. Until next time, YouTube.